Все, получается, идем на встречу, наверное. Пойдемте смотреть на нового мальчика во встречах. Хэйдзо. Сейчас буду выбирать то, что мне будет по сюжету интересно, потом будем другие концовки смотреть. Я вот не помню просто, кто такой Петролина из них по картинкам. Мне надо пересматривать. Поэтому вот как-то так. Забавно, что всех показали в одной униформе. Как-то скормучен на своей волне. А мне кажется, они были просто наряжены. Они же хоронили сеньору. Это похороны были. Они поэтому все приоделись. Я думаю, в остальное время они по-другому ходят. Они просто в мундирах в форме. Ну да, я вот про тоже не в мундирах. Угу.
What if the traveler is also unavailable? What am I supposed to do?
Well, that's your problem. It was your choice to get into this mess. Oh, but fortunately for you, it appears your savior has just arrived.
Ah, traveler. Great, you made it.
И сейчас лучше Дискорд не открывать. Там у нас не то, что должно быть сегодня на стриме. Если ты понимаешь, о чем я.
Well, it's not like you were ever really busy to begin with.
Songo? Compared to the traveler, you're the one who has too much free time.
No, I'm very busy. I'm busy standing here. I have to stand here all day.
Even if it's a commission you're unwilling to take, your excuse is just pathetic.
Не хочешь собраться за это поручение?
Yes, that's why I've asked you to come over. Allow me to explain.
Какое-то интересное поручение. Опять человек пропал.
No one has seen them, and their whereabouts are currently unknown. The Tenryo Commission has entrusted us to find this person discreetly because it would be a hassle for them to look for this person openly for a variety of reasons. Their name is...
Kujo-Sara.
Сара? Сара пропала.
If the general was really missing, the Tenryo Commission would have flipped Inazuma on its head by now. And do you think they would only commission us for a case like that? Please ignore Songo's nonsense, traveler. In fact, the missing person's name is
На самом деле
Shikanoin
пропал.
Heizo.
Блин, Хэйдзо
He
пропал.
works as a special detective at the police station. Although his rank is merely a doshin, he is quite competent and held in high regard by the police station.
Do they think he's more competent than me?
We get that you don't want to help Songo, but could you at least try not to make things more difficult here? Sorry, traveler. Even though I accepted the commission, as you can see, Songo's less than thrilled to be involved in this case.
Слишком мало зацепок.
Nope, not even close. If you really want to know why, it's because I absolutely refuse to deal with that brat's nonsense.
Он его пройдухой
The
называет.
only news that could make me happier than Shikanoin has gone missing would be Shikanoin has been missing for 100 years.
Needless to say, Songo and Heizo have a bit of a history.
Понимаю, профессиональная ревность. А может, и не только профессиональная.
Well, it's a little more
А все серьезнее. Ну, точно не только.
According to Songo, Heizo was an obstacle in her path to the Temple of Truth.
Like a yappy dog that was constantly in the way.
Надоедливый пес, нифига себе она его.
Even though Heizo has a unique personality, he's actually a nice guy. Really, I've learned a lot from him. So I can't just ignore this case, even if Songo doesn't approve. At the very least, I could entrust the commission to someone capable and trustworthy, like you, traveler.
Все ясно. Поручениями торгуешь.
Huh? No, it's not like that. Listen, I'll pay the entire amount originally promised by the Tenryo Commission, and I'll even personally throw in some additional funds. I'm really hoping you can take this commission, traveler. If Heizo truly is in danger, I know he'll be safer with you by his side.
А вы с ним хорошо знакомы?
Actually, we get along great. But Sango has always asked me to keep my distance and not to act like I know him in public settings. So, when people ask, I usually just say I've met Shikanoin a few times. If it hadn't been for today's incident, well, let's not get into that. Anyway, could you please help look for him?
Понятно, отправляемся прямо сейчас.
Well, that's about all I have to tell you. Oh, please take this commission letter from the police station. If you find Héйдзо, return there and report back to them.
Хорошо. Итак, официальное поручение о розыске пропавшего. Получите сведения на Ватацуми. Угу. Я удивлена уже с самого начала, потому что я думала, что они с девчулей, возможно, вместе работают, а она его терпеть не может.
Oh, it's you, the captain of Swordfish 2? My name is Shibata. I'm in charge of the watch here. May I inquire as to what the captain needs?
Я хочу навести справки об одном человеке.
So his name is Shikanoin Héйдзо, huh? Yes, I'm familiar with the detective. He used to stroll around the area. Her Excellency had assigned me to keep a close eye on him at the time, fearing that he would do something unpleasant, but I eventually realized that he acted more like he was on a trip or something. Come to think of it, I believe he was recently spotted in the area east of the Sanganamiya Shrine. Please feel free.
Угу. К востоку от Санганамии. О, он в клетке сидит, серьезно?
Come on, you guys. I'm nothing but a poor tourist with empty pockets. Please, you can just let me go.
Привет, ребят, вы попали.
That's gonna hurt in the morning.
Into the wind. Follow the leaves. Adorn my night. The wind knows me. Well, well, look who it is. I was wondering who could be valiant enough to wipe the floor with these guys so easily. Turns out it was the distinguished traveler. Really, I can't thank you enough.
Короче, мне нравится, что у него такие хитроватые глаза, при этом он похож немножко на Кадзуху. А еще прикольные родинки под глазами и ошейник на шее мне нравится. Визуально прикольно очень сделан, очень красивенький, и цвета ему очень хорошо подобрали. Ну, все так сочетается чудесно. Не знаю, визуально прям топчик-топчик.
Of course I was aware of you long before you arrived in Inazuma. Though the Sakoku decree managed to keep the country locked up, it wasn't able to stop the incredible stories about you. Every day, all of those little stories would come scurrying over to my desk, like files with little feet. I was actually thinking about going to meet you once I wrapped up the business at hand. Who would have guessed that you'd show up first? I got so excited I nearly forgot to introduce myself. The name's Shikanoin Héйdзо, Special Detective of the Tenryou Commission. It's a pleasure to meet you, traveler. I wish you all the best on your journey through Teyvat, by the way.
Мне поручили найти тебя вообще-то.
I guess that means I've taken over as the main character in your story today. I've always heard that you take commissions from all kinds of people, helping everyone out with everything you can imagine. So now it's my turn to take your help, huh? Don't mind if I do.
Тебе не любопытно, чье это поручение?
That was already obvious to me. It's no coincidence that you've arrived here. Because that would be the stuff of an epic novel. The two protagonists of the story both travel to Watatsumi Island by chance and cross paths as if by fate. The traveler from afar heroically rescues the weak and defenseless detective from the clutches of the ruthless Nobushi. Traveler, you are so dreamy.
Романтика, да.
Unfortunately, though, I don't believe in coincidences. So, guessing you came to me on the police station's commission, didn't you?
Как ты узнал?
I'm a detective. Can you guess what gave it away?
Он должен выделываться как Шерлок, наверное. Ты проанализировал мое поведение. Ясновидящий. Нет. Короче, поведение давай.
Sounds like you
Нет.
already have some ideas about the work of a detective. Let me ask you this. What's that your little sidekick is holding?
Откуда я знаю, что у него
If
в
I'm not
руках, я же не вижу.
mistaken, it's a commission letter from the police station.
Он Пайман обозвал глупенькой.
What? Paimon's just here to take a look. And hey, who are you calling a little sidekick? Paimon was worried he might be in danger, so Paimon came to help.
Применение комиссат, новое задание мира. О, спасибо за инфу. Будем делать,
Is Paimon not supposed to be here?
если я не забуду. Пока это сделаю. Я просто смотрю.
Yeah, I'm also just taking a look.
He can look, but you can't.
А ты чего смотришь? Тебе нельзя.
Come on.
Мгм.
Don't be like that. After all, this is the first time I've seen a voice. I must admit, I'm most intrigued.
Huh? Voice? What are you talking about?
A vision is an external magical focus, right? Well, similarly, a voice is an external voice box. I've heard that the Traveler isn't very talkative, but given how chatty you are, you must be his voice, right?
That sounds awful! Paimon's not somebody's voice! Paimon's emergency food! No, wait! Oh, Paimon's so upset she can't think straight! Paimon is Paimon! How dare you give Paimon such a terrible nickname? We came here to rescue you, but you actually opened the cage yourself. You were only pretending to be captured by the Nobushi, weren't you? Pretty suspicious if you ask Paimon. Come out with it, mister. What kind of schemes are you up to?
Sheesh. For someone who says they don't want to be a voice, you sure do talk a lot.
Наверное, много людей жалуются на то, что Пайман слишком много болтает, и как бы разрабы начали троллить сами то, что она болтает. Я думаю, как-то так, наверное. Так я тоже хочу знать, господин детектив, что тут делаешь.
Well, let me think for a moment. Yes, all this started a long time ago, during the war. Kujo Takayuki, who was head of the Tenryo Commission at the time, had secretly asked me to investigate the military capabilities of Sangonomiya. But I had already grown tired of the guy for a while, so I simply treated the trip as a paid vacation. I had heard that Watatsumi Island is really beautiful. As for the mission, I thought I'd just come up with some random excuses or whatever when I reported back. But guess what? The first night I arrived on Watatsumi Island, I had a dream. The dream contained only one message, an echo resounding from the depths of the earth that kept ringing in my ears, saying...
Почти, мне нравится. Он в моем вкусе, безусловно.
Something vital is missing on this island. Isn't that bizarre? Something vital has gone missing on this island. Has something evaporated into thin air? What could it be?
Paimon bets it must be something delicious. You know, because the soil of Watatsumi Island can't grow crops. There's a shortage of food here.
Oh, food, huh? How about you, Traveler? What do you think is missing?
Не хватает музыки, божества.
You mean the Great Serpent? Well, that's an interesting answer. But the Electro Archon hasn't abandoned this place. Interestingly, I didn't have the same dream again after I left this place, so I became even more intrigued. Was this really just some random dream? Some people believe that dreams represent the Divine's helping hand, which I suppose is understandable. However, if you ask me, dreams have nothing to do with the gods. Instead, they are flashes of intuition. It was my intuition telling me that there was something important about this island that, poof, suddenly vanished. So I decided to accept this little commission from my intuition and investigate to see if I could come up with any compelling findings. Unfortunately, the investigation has had little progress up to this point.
И как это связано с Набуси?
Who knows? I felt there was something peculiar about them, so I pretended to get captured to see if there were any leads that would surface. And that's when you showed up.
Извини, похоже, я разрушил твой план.
Nah, don't worry about it.
Накосячили.
These guys were just a bunch of small fries. Besides, your arrival is much more important to me. I have a feeling you can help me find the answer to my dream.
Да, мы все
So
ответы
how would you
найдем.
like to partner up on this one? We can work together to solve the mystery. Yes, of course, I understand. But let me ask one more question. Did the police station say they are looking for me because of something important?
Комиссия сказала тебе, зачем я понадобился... Я тут просто скипнула свой диалог. Мы, в общем, решили его вроде как сначала назад отвезти. Нет, комиссия нам ничего не сказала. Надеюсь, не арестовать тебя собрались?
Well, then it's probably nothing major. Most likely they're short on staff or something petty like that.
Понятно.
And they happen to remember their model employee. So since we're already here, why don't we just solve this puzzle together? Once everything is settled, I'll gladly accompany you back to the police station. Or anywhere else you'd like to go. What do you think?
Конечно, я в деле. Меня очень интересует твой сон, но сначала я сопровожу тебя обратно. Да нифига! Мы свободолюбивые личности. Мы пойдем сначала интересным делом заниматься. Хорошо, меня очень интересует твой сон, я тебе помогу. Вот это мой ответ.
It's a deal then, partner. So,
Два
let's
сердечка
get
пропали.
started, shall we? First, we can search the camp for clues.
Почему сердечки отвалились? Итак, осмотреть.
Whoa! What's the shiny thing? Oh, it's a Sango pearl! Hey, isn't this crystal mirror?
So, have you found anything?
Куча кристального костного мозга и жемчужины. В общем, они остров крабельный.
Yes, I've found pretty much the same. And there really are a lot.
Aren't these
Или
all super
продавали.
expensive? Oh, these must be the valuable things that went missing from the island. That's it. The Nobushi must have stolen them all.
I don't know if I'd go that far. The Nobushi would be very hard-pressed to find many opportunities to get their hands on commodities like these.
Huh? What do you mean? Did the Nobushi gather all this themselves?
No, that's unlikely. Crystal marrow is a rare material for crafting weapons, and Sango pearls are an even more precious commodity. Here's what I think. Due to Watatsumi's poor soil, the island's economy is quite fragile and heavily reliant on the trade of these special resources. So, it's absolutely vital that they keep them under lock and key and well out of the Nobushi's reach. Which means they got lucky with a huge batch like this. My guess is they ambushed a caravan. If we go ask around the Sangonomiya shrine, we can find out if there have been any recent instances of caravans being plundered.
Я знакома кое с кем из Сангономии. Идемте.
Perfect. I knew you'd be a huge help.
Well, duh! The traveler is Paimon's companion after all.
Наверное, телепортнуться лучше.
Captain, I see you found the detective.
Watatsumi Island sure is a beautiful place. I don't think I could ever leave.
You can stay as long as you like, granted you don't cause any trouble, that is. Her Excellency has stated that all friendly visitors are welcome.
Хочу спросить, сообщали ли вы недавно торговцы или караванщики о пропаже товара?
Incidents of stolen goods? Not that I'm aware of. Her Excellency has recently launched several measures to boost the economy, including the development of trade routes and establishing our own caravans. Troops have also been deployed to protect them, so it is only reasonable to assume that the current trade routes are already very safe. Any looting or theft would be practically unthinkable.
That's strange. Then where did the Nobushi get those goods from?
Huh? You mean you found goods of unknown origin?
Yep, and it's all Sango pearls and crystal marrow, so we know it's local.
Could there have really been a theft that hasn't been reported? That shouldn't be the case. Well, perhaps you could go ask Todoroki. He's responsible for the caravans and is usually in the village at night preparing the goods. If something has happened, he should know about it.
Great. Thank you for all the info. Let's go.
Hey, traveler! It's been a while. I've missed you.
Горы.
Why didn't you inform me that you'd be coming over today?
Ah, General Goro.
You're dismissed, Shibata. You may go about your other duties while I catch up with the traveler.
Yes, General Goro.
I overheard you discussing a case of stolen goods. Is that right?
That's right! We found a lot of Watatsumi's valuable products in an Ibushi camp!
I see. So you've come to ask if we know of any relevant cases. Well, I'm ashamed to say that, yes, the caravans have been
Еще
plundered,
караваны постоянно грабят.
and not just
Ужас.
once, I'm afraid. We had already dispatched additional forces to protect the caravans, yet the crooks still managed to get away with the goods.
And you're concerned that if this kind of news were to get out, it would undermine the confidence of other caravans. So you didn't make it public, and instead kept the news to only a select few.
That's correct. I never expected you to be so concerned about Watatsumi's affairs, Detective Heizo.
Just a force of habit, really. As a detective, I notice these kinds of things.
Oh, so you two already know each other?
Actually, I've only heard of Detective Heizo from the soldiers' reports. We've never met in person.
Darn it. You're right. Now that you mention it, I've been on Watatsumi Island all this time and still haven't properly introduced myself. Man alive, please forgive me. It's a pleasure to meet you, General Goro. I'm Shikanoin Heizo of the Tenryo Commission.
Yes, it's a pleasure to meet you too. I'd like to express my gratitude to you for stepping in and helping recover those goods.
Don't mention it. You never know what you'll find when you're out for a stroll. But if the source of the problem is not addressed, I'm afraid this sort of situation will continue cropping up for you.
Yes, of course. Not only have we reassured the affected caravans, but we also dispatched personnel to investigate the culprits. The reports indicated that the stolen goods were being delivered to a merchant of the International Trade Association named Godot. It all seems pretty unusual. We suspect that there are bigger players behind Godot, and that their target is none other than Watatsumi Island's valuable resources. But unfortunately, it would be difficult for us to investigate further, given that...
Given that Rito, the island where the International Trade Association is located, is not part of your territory, yes. They have cleverly picked their base of operations.
I can see you catch on quickly, Detective Heizo.
It's my guess that you're telling us this because you're going to ask us to assist you in finding who's behind all this, right?
You're always thinking one step ahead. Yes, those were exactly my intentions. And of course, we will prepare a generous reward for you.
Ну вот, нас и тут
End of
наняли.
the war, trade and commerce have now become an important component of Watatsumi Island's development. Ensuring safety of the trade routes is critical, and we can't afford any further incidents. So, will you please help Watatsumi Island, Detective Heizo?
I'm willing to assist, but it all depends on what he wishes.
Как командир отряда Рыба-Меч я должен это сделать. Гора, отличный товарищ, мы обязательно поможем, и не ради вознаграждения, да. Но награду я тоже хочу.
Great! With both Detective Heizo and the Traveler on the case, I'm sure it'll be solved in no time. The situation is now in your capable hands. I look forward to hearing your report when you get back.
All right, we'll take care of it. Traveler, let's go discuss where to head from here.
Hey, why are we talking way over here? Oh, you're not trying to get away from Goro so he can't overhear us, are you?
Very perceptive. Seems even Paimon has her moments. Let me ask you, do you believe in intuition?
Huh? Intuition? Where are you going with this?
Пес не я, и пес Коки.
My intuition tells me that General Goro is lying.
What?
Гора
How can you
врет.
say that? Although he did seem a today, but Goro's a good guy.
Good people can be deceptive too. After all, everyone has their secrets.
Почему ты так думаешь?
Well, in my opinion, the timing of his appearance was a little too coincidental. Sangonomiya's soldiers have been keeping an eye on me for the entire time I've been on Watatsumi Island, yet I had never seen General Goro even once. But today he came out and met with us, and even commissioned us to investigate a case.
Maybe that's because the Traveler is here today, and Goro thinks he's more capable.
Really?
Она его троллила.
Then that makes things even more peculiar. If there are powerful players behind this case, and he needs to draw upon external support, then he should have taken action sooner rather than wait until today. A more plausible explanation is that the items we discovered are linked with some unspeakable secret, and he had to intervene to prevent us from digging any deeper. Then he put up a smokescreen to mislead us. I surmise that investigating the merchant Godot on Rito will yield no results.
Whoa, are you serious? But this is all just a hunch you have, right?
Actually, there is another key factor behind my reasoning, though you may not believe me. I sense something special about Goro.
Something special?
Yes. Whatever is missing on this island, I sense it in him.
Whoa! Hold it right there! Are you saying Goro's a thief? As in he took something valuable?
It's not that simple. I can't fully explain it. It's just my intuition.
Сейчас знаю Горо, он на такой не способен. Может быть, они с Какоми чего-то там проделывают. А мы тут не вовремя пришли?
Sure, I trust your judgment. But perhaps you're overlooking someone else, the true leader here.
Да нет, про Какоми я как раз помню. Ладно, уговорил. Он меня уговаривает. Мне на самом деле интересно, куда он меня заведет. Я просто следую за ним.
It's simple. We should just investigate whatever it is they're trying to hide from us. And what were we planning to do just before Goro showed up?
Oh, we were going to talk to the leader of the caravans. Yeah, someone named Todoroki.
Bingo. There's no time to lose. Let's go talk to this Todoroki.
Она бы с ним хотела поиграть. Она его в роли девочки хотела бы, мне кажется. Я помню, где-то у нас тут бумажка лежит. Сейчас я попробую найти. Во. Загадочная брошюра. Заботливейшая девушка во всем Тайвате, красивая и добрая, ответит на все ваши вопросы, поможет развеять все ваши печали. Это же точно рука Яя. Я не парюсь, я иду куда мне интересно идти за ним. Дождитесь вечера. Да блин. Ох уж эти геймпады. Сейчас постоим немножко. Полюбуемся видами. Я считаю, это очень красивый остров. Многим, наоборот, цвета не понравятся. Мне нравится, по-моему, офигенно. Ракушечно. Делать свои собака женский род. Ну-ну. Она из Какоми, возможно, подружилась специально для этого, чтобы та ей сдавала по вечерам горушку.
Time to go. Time to go. Time to go.
Todoroki, the shipment has arrived and is ready for inspection.
Good, let's go.
Hey, it's Todoroki!
Пайман.
Shh, keep quiet. Let's follow him and see where he leads us.
О, нет, опять вид краса. Я ненавижу, я ненавижу. Я всегда заваливаю первый раз. Что-то блестит. Глазастый какой.
Your intel was spot on. When we arrived, the Nobushi were all still asleep. We captured them all, and the goods were retrieved and brought back here.
I'll take a look. Everything seems in order. Good work.
It's nothing. Thanks to the efforts of your caravan, the price of grain in the village has decreased.
По-моему, Йоэмия просто поглощена своей работой, поэтому ей некогда существовать. А Какоми еще слишком маленькая. А в остальных, да, что-то есть.
That's right. And who would have thought that the injuries we sustained during the war would have such a lingering effect on our bodies? But thankfully, you also brought back some life-saving medicine.
Things are improving thanks to the help from those up top. Oh,
Значит,
by the
маленькая.
way, what is the
Значит,
state of
еще
the
как
village's
ребенок.
inventory?
Открытая такая, знаешь, милая. Еще свою как это сказать, в режим существа не вошла, не набрала его. С возрастом появляется, знаешь ли. В детстве редко такое бывает, мне кажется.
Make sure that it's confirmed tonight. I have to leave tomorrow morning after I go to the Sangonomiya Shrine and get instructions from General Goro.
Don't worry, we've already prepared the list. Just follow us.
Так что маленькая в самом прямом смысле. Ребенок она еще.
Sees the Nobushi stolen goods? But didn't Goro say all the stolen goods were headed to the International Trade Association?
And Todoroki said he'll get instructions from Goro tomorrow. Interesting. It appears these seized goods were never stolen. There's something else behind all this. Now's our chance to look around and see if we can find any leads.
Glaze lilies? What are these doing here? Shouldn't it be crystal marrow? Whoa! This box is packed so tight. It looks like it could burst. Let's... Huh? What?
Что-то порвано, надпись размыта. Межнациональная торговая ассоциация видно только. Мгм. Может, они к какому-нибудь празднику готовятся секретному?
So, did you find anything?
Wow! Look at all the Genshin! And glaze lilies too! There are also
Мне кажется, Какоми
tons of other
младше
plants
гораздо.
and flowers Paimon doesn't know here. Weird.
These are valuable raw ingredients for producing medicine. If these few crates were to be imported from Rito, the price would be jaw-dropping. On top of that, these items seem to lack a tax clearance certificate, meaning that they were most likely smuggled. Yes, very interesting. Now, where did the Nobushi get these goods? How about you? Did you find anything else?
Кстати, я реально не знаю официальный возраст ни Какоми, ни Йоэмии, но мне всегда казалось, что Йоми в районе 20, а Какоми в районе 14-15. Что-то такое. Это по моим ощущениям внутренним. Может быть, я не права совсем. Так, что вы еще нашли? Есть расчетная ведомость, подписанная ассоциацией.
Foreign Trade Association? I've never heard of such an
Сердечко
organization in
вернулось.
Rito. And if it's regarding foreign trade, then smuggling is an even more likely possibility. All right. In which case, I have a rough hypothesis. First, we...
Huh? Who goes there?
Oh no! We've been spotted!
Huh? Wait, Captain? Is that you?
Oh, so it's you, Captain. You had me worried there. We almost mistook you for bandits. Captain, do you remember us? During the war, I was in the field hospital with Masashi. Tepe brought you to see us and helped find medicine for us.
Угу.
Hey, come on now. The captain wouldn't forget. I gotta tell you, Captain, we all miss you. We haven't seen you ever since.
Серьезно? Они думали, что я погиб, но
When
нифига
we heard
себе.
that you were coming here, we just assumed you were only going to see General Goro and Her Excellency. The guys are all really hoping to see you.
Как у вас дела, ребят?
We're fine. You don't have to worry about us, Captain.
No, you're not fine. Captain, you may not be aware, but Masashi previously fainted on the front lines. The doctor thought that it might be a neurological condition caused by overstimulated emotions. It's pretty serious. According to the doctor, if it hadn't been for the medication he's been taking, he would have developed dementia. And that was assuming the best case scenario.
You're one to talk. Don't forget why I fainted in the first place. It's because I heard that you got yourself killed by an arrow. I couldn't handle all the emotion. Later, I found out that he'd been shot in the buttocks, and it was only a mild
Блин, у
injury.
них любовь
I had
похожа.
an emotional breakdown for nothing.
Всегда всего лишь
Mean
в
for
жопу попала.
nothing. I got shot not by one, but 2 arrows in a row. The first arrow was to the left cheek, and the second arrow was also to the left.
Ну, цирк устроили.
And because the arrows were poisonous, the wound still hasn't completely healed yet. I have to apply ointment every day, and I'm constantly worried it might reopen while I sleep.
Look on the
Okay.
bright side. At least we're still alive.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. But enough about us. What brings you here, Captain?
А расскажи мне о том товаре.
Oh, these goods are all seized from the hands of Nobushi and treasure hoarders. Todoroki was the one who provided us with the intel. He mentioned there were bandits here and there, so we went and took care of them while also confiscating the goods.
By the way, Captain, you still haven't met Todoroki, have you? He's the one we're working for now.
Короче,
Her
Тодороки им что-то
Excellency
не то
recently
сливает.
announced plans to stimulate the economy and created the caravans, with Todoroki at the helm.
Yeah, he's proven to be quite capable. Even though he was just a farmer before, he's now successfully running the caravans. And his 2 sons are also our brothers in arms. Both received a special medal of honor from General Goro, which is quite remarkable, don't you think?
Я говорю, нужна
So,
версия
as
18+.
injured
Ну, в
veterans,
смысле, это ты
we will be
говоришь.
assigned to Todoroki.
Я
He's the
поддерживаю.
one who gives us orders and pays our salaries now. What do they call that again?
It's called changing careers, dummy.
Ah, right. Changing careers. Anyway, I think the whole caravan thing is wonderful. Our region wasn't very prosperous to begin with, and the land can't grow any crops. We have to pay a hefty price just to get basic food from outside. I can't even imagine trying to maintain and feed an army like we did during the war.
I see. I think I understand the general situation now. May I ask where the apprehended criminals are?
Oh, and you are?
Его только заметили. Не волнуйтесь, это мой друг.
Ah, I see. The captain's friend. It should be okay to tell you then. We apprehended all the culprits and escorted them to a temporary location not far from here. Unfortunately, Masashi and I have other duties tonight and won't be able to take you there. Why don't you wait for a moment and I'll find someone else to show you the way.
Все в порядке, занимайтесь своими делами, мы сами доберемся.
I'm pretty sure I've already got a grasp on what's going on. All I need now is to confirm it with the apprehended bandits. Let's go. Are you still a little confused? Let me help connect the dots. This whole thing was actually quite similar to a case I once worked on previously. It was a case involving the trade of prohibited items, and they employed an old trick to execute the deal. The culprit would first go strolling down the street until they knocked over a pedestrian on purpose, using the opportunity to slip the prohibited goods into the unknown...
Sir, please forgive us, sir. We are nothing more than petty thieves.
Sir, what do I look like? A commissioner? Does my friend here look like a commissioner to you?
Officer.
First, I'm gonna need to ask you a few questions.
Sure. Go ahead, ask anything.
The soldiers discovered many valuable goods in your camp. The goods don't appear to be from around here, so the question is, where did they come from?
Oh, the goods? Right, we picked them up at the beach.
You picked them up.
Well, no, we, actually stole them.
Be honest now. Tell me the whole story.
Yes, sir. I mean, officer. We took those goods from a small merchant ship just off the beach, but we didn't exactly steal them. You see, the ship's guards all took off running the moment they saw us. They abandoned the goods, and we simply came and picked them up. But next thing we know, a group of soldiers arrives, and we're all apprehended. Talk about bad luck. We didn't even have a chance to stash away the goods before we got caught.
You say that the merchant ship's guards fled without putting up a fight. You expect me to believe that?
You just assumed they were scared witless and didn't have the guts to fight. I'm not bragging or anything, but our boss is pretty intimidating. With his massive muscle and strength, he could scare anyone.
You really expect us to believe all this?
No, you gotta believe me. Just the other day, we scared off an entire squad of soldiers. When they noticed us, they went running and dropped their goods. I swear. I still remember seeing tons of Songo pearls and crystal marrow in that load. All nice and shiny too. Ooh, it was amazing.
Им специально его подкинули, по сути.
Pirates came later and snatched those goods. It just happened that our boss had diarrhea that day and couldn't hold off the pirates. This luck of ours.
Wait a tick. Pirates?
Yep, no doubt about it. They came on a massive ship, and their captain was a
Бэйдоу?
lady with an eye patch. We had no idea
Это
how
контрабанда
powerful she
Бэйдоу.
was. It was like boom, boom, thud. Only took 3 hits before she knocked out the boss.
A pretty lady with an eye patch?
Oh. Does this description remind you of someone, Paimon?
No.
Спалилась опять. Опять она болтает слишком много.
Okay. And how about you?
Вариантов много, все пираты носят повязку на одном глазу. Даже Кэя.
Really? Okay, I'll take that as a no, then. It appears that the situation is just as I suspected. Todoroki is striking a shady deal with a group of pirates, while General Goro appears to be assisting with the cover-up.
What? How could that be?
Todoroki said that he'd be going to Sangonomiya early tomorrow morning to get Goro's instructions before the caravan leaves. Now is the time to address any doubts you may have. Tomorrow morning will be our moment to confront them. Hopefully, my final question will be answered then as well.
Какой последний вопрос?
The question of what important thing this island is missing.
Чего-то не хватает острову.
I can feel
Бэйдоу
some connection to the question in
это
Goro,
провезет.
Todoroki, and even to Kuda and Masashi. Hopefully, we'll finally have an answer tomorrow.
Короче, Бэйдоу это что-то завтра провезет. Мы узнаем.
I'll see you at Sangonomiya tomorrow morning.
Думаешь, ты сможешь его обмануть? Да мы спалились. Паймон слишком много болтает. И так понятно, что мы сразу раскрыли себя. Ну, неважно, завтра все равно Бэйдоу приплывет, и мы узнаем. Я так понимаю, по крайней мере. Мотаем время. Ну да, Кадзуха Снингуан по-любому, но это не то, чего острову не хватает. Деньги тоже вряд ли, я думаю, они и так их получить могут. Короче, мне интересно, что это за... Что это будет. А с 8 утра пробьет, и мы узнаем. Надеюсь, не какая-нибудь фигня. Надеюсь, хоть что-то стоящее. Иначе я обижусь на Гора. Я думаю, Сакай не и так добыть могут. Не в этом дело.
Sangonomiya Shrine is a sacred... Who are you?
Hello, Todoroki. I'm Shikanoin Heizo, Special Detective of the Tenryou Commission. I believe you've been manipulating large-scale illegal trades for some time now. Mind if we talk about that for a bit?
You can't just go around spewing such nonsense, young man.
And what if I'm not talking nonsense?
Ridiculous. I don't have time to listen to this. Get out of here, you little brat.
I know I'm on the younger side compared to you, Todoroki, so I'm sure you must have heard the old saying. Off the scale, some goods only weigh a couple pounds, but on the scale, they weigh more than 1,000. So the question is, do you want to put your goods on the scale or not?
What are you trying to say?
Well, nothing. All I want to hear is you personally confirming what we already know to be the truth.
Masashi! Tokuda! Arrest these people!
Huh? Todoroki, what's wrong?
Who dares to cause trouble at Sangonomiya Shrine? Huh? Wait, it's...
Это ваш Кэп.
What are you doing?
These crooks are trying to pry into the secrets of Watatsumi. We mustn't let them go.
But, no. There must be some kind of misunderstanding. Todoroki, this is the captain of Swordfish 2, one of our own.
It doesn't matter who they are. Remember what General Goro told you? A long-term goal of Watatsumi is to revive its trade and commerce. And since you have been assigned to work with me, it's my orders that count around here. I don't care if they were your captain. Would you dare disobey orders?
What do we do?
Well, what are you waiting for?
Печально, бедные мальчишки.
All right, I see how it is. If you two won't do it, I will.
I really hoped it wouldn't come to this. But... here we go.
Wait! Everyone, stand down!
General Goro! You're here!
My apologies, Traveler, Detective Heizo. I wasn't telling you the truth. Todoroki, the Traveler here is the hero who saved Watatsumi Island. Without him, Watatsumi Island would never have found the peace it has today. We mustn't raise our weapons against him.
How could you be so naive, General Goro? If we let them go free, then who's to say the Shogunate won't come after us tomorrow? If the Shogunate decides to investigate, we won't be able to hide the truth.
I wouldn't allow them to take you, Todoroki.
Let's not kid ourselves. If going to jail could solve the problem, I would go and turn myself into the Tenryou Commission right now. The question is, what are we going to do with the goods? Will you be able to keep them? Not to mention the chance of astronomical fines. Can you afford that? Goro, we both know that Watatsumi Island is a barren land. Plant 100 radishes here and maybe only 3 would grow. And those 3 combined would still be smaller than just 1 carrot imported from elsewhere. You can't grow food or medicinal herbs here, and if we buy them from Rito, we pay exorbitant taxes. My eldest son died fighting on the battlefield. But do you know how my second son died? He died because there was no medicine to treat
Короче, у
him.
них очень печальное
You
положение.
awarded both of
У
them
них фига
medals
нет.
of honor. But did that save their lives? Can medals heal Tokuda and Masashi's wounds? No. It was the medicine that I got that saved their lives. If we detain them today, the Shogunate will never know what we've done. Besides, we're only a few months away now. We will set them free once the new bill is passed in just a few months, and everything will be okay. None of what happened here will be mentioned again, and life on Watatsumi Island will continue to improve.
I understand, Todoroki, but they won't...
I can trust the Traveler won't, but the detective here is a Tenryou Commission officer. Forget it. You're the general. I'm just a radish farmer.
Стой, о каком законе ты говоришь?
It's a new commodity tax bill currently being drafted by the Kanjo Commission. The bill exempts taxes on goods that are in short supply on Watatsumi Island. Once the bill's introduced, we'll be able to buy commodities that we need from regular marketplaces.
Oh, I see. Man alive. I wish I had known sooner. In that case, how about we put your fears at ease and I'll stick around here a little longer. You know, until the bill is introduced.
Huh?
Oh, Detective Heizo, are you saying that...
You mean you're willing to stay here, young man?
Come on, you two. What's with the strange looks? You've been keeping me under close surveillance, haven't you? Surely you must have noticed that aside from being a detective, I'm also an ordinary tourist who likes to enjoy good scenery. I believe that after the new commodity bill is passed, there will be more and more traffic between the two sides, and more people will be coming to visit Watatsumi Island. I have to take the opportunity now and enjoy this place while I still have it all to myself. Before long, tourists will start pouring in.
Thank you, Detective Heizo. On behalf of the people of Watatsumi.
My pleasure. But one good turn deserves another, does it not?
Oh, you mean there's something you wish to request?
I suppose you could say I'm from the Shogunate, but the traveler next to me isn't. As far as I know, he's planning to visit other nations soon, and it is unclear if he will return to Narukami Island or not. Therefore, there's no need to limit his freedom, right? I'm sure no one else will hear of what happened today. Am I right, traveler?
Вздохнуть в подтверждение. Ну, вообще, печально. Нам поручили его вернуть, и тут такое. Ну, да ладно, что поделаешь.
Well, it's settled then. He will always be an important partner to Watatsumi, and I would never dream of limiting his freedom. So please, don't worry, Detective Heizo.
Это странная
I'll let you
концовка.
do that. But if I ever find out you've lied to me again, there's a chance I'll lose my cool.
I'm sorry for not telling you the truth earlier. It's a serious matter, and I didn't want outside parties to become involved. But today, I realized my poor judgment. How could I possibly hide anything from Detective Heizo and the Traveler?
I'm glad you understand now. But, in all honesty, I'm the one who should be thanking you. It's because of you that I was finally able to reach an answer. After all, nothing makes a detective happier than putting a case to rest.
Ah, I understand now. You really are an interesting person, Detective Heizo.
No, I'm afraid you don't quite get what I mean.
I'm sorry?
Wait! Paimon gets this one! It's the answer to your question, right? The one about the thing you sensed coming from Goro and the others. Now you figured it out!
What? The thing you sensed coming from me? But I always have excellent personal hygiene.
No, not like that.
Hey, traveler, could I talk to you
Опять
for a
Гора
moment?
засмущали.
Besides, I haven't had a chance to thank you yet.
Что же у него за жизнь-то такая? Потому что он песик. Не знаю, мне кажется, если он мочится, ну, в смысле, в воде, мокнет, намокает, наверное, от него псиной может вонять. Это, знаете, очень насыщенный запах. Гора?
I apologize again for not being completely honest with you. I truly am sorry, but...
Какоми знает об этом?
Ah, yes, Her Excellency. Well, let's just say that the war brought many terrible things while also forcing us to learn a lot.
Right, but that still doesn't answer the question.
Well, aren't you curious about who's been pushing for the new commodity bill? It certainly isn't the Kanjo Commission, because it doesn't immediately benefit them. And we don't have any connections there.
Yeah, it's kinda as if the gods suddenly appeared to offer you a divine hand.
Yeah, the gods. I was invited to attend the Iridori Festival on Narukami Island with Her Excellency a while back. At the festival, I waited in the marketplace while Her Excellency...
Она пошла навестить Мика?
Yeah. She went to the Kanjo Commission to see Lady Yai, purportedly for a book review, but there were other items on the agenda too.
Содержание этого разговора не придавало огласки. Она точно сдала Гора, чтобы протолкнуть этот закон.
Following her return, we began our attempts at boosting commercial activity, and it wasn't long before there was a push for a new commodity bill on Narukami Island. So, what do you make of it? Do you think Her Excellency knows about this?
Мольбы с экономией. Так, ачивочку запираем. Ачивка, если что, за то, что мы поговорили с Гора. Если бы не поговорили, мы бы ее не получили.
Hey,
Я не знала,
there
где
you
ачивка,
are.
но нашла.
Come here. Look, look. It's beautiful.
Очень
Isn't it?
красиво. Я тоже согласна.
Watatsumi Island.
Угу.
It's remarkable how such a barren land can give life to such wonderful and stunning scenery. To be honest, I am grateful to you for this trip. Before you arrived, I was running around like a headless chicken. Even if I happened to find out what was going on here, I wouldn't have been able to uncover any concrete information without you present. I'm just sorry that I promised I'd accompany you back. It appears that I won't be able to do so for the time being. So please, cover for me in the meantime, okay?
Ты действительно хочешь скрыть все? Ну, во-первых, если мы расскажем правду, то кто-то пострадает, Гора могут сместить и так далее. Ну, короче, они тут все так завязаны, конечно, нельзя рассказывать.
It's all in the past now. Let's just chalk it up as an intriguing experience I had on my trip here. Besides, that's not what I wanted to investigate anyway.
Так, ты сказал, у тебя есть ответ?
Yes.
Запах.
Everyone you led me to and everything they said brought me closer to the answer. And now I finally get it. Watatsumi Island is an ancient land where the soil is poor and many crops do not grow because it's lacking a certain thing. But what the inhabitants of this land do have is bravery. They were courageous enough to stand up and resist the gods and accomplish what they knew could not be done. This is yet another instance in which that certain thing shines. That missing element. That certain thing is what I sensed present in Goro, Todoroki, Tokuda, and Masashi. Which is the
Воля к
true
жизни.
vitality of this land.
Это воля к жизни.
I guess I was mistaken when I declared that something was missing. That something from this island had evaporated into thin air. Because even something that evaporates is not gone.
Я бы сказала,
It's still
что
there, just in a different state of being.
это они в России выращивать еще не пытались. Так что воля к жизни, да, она всем присуща, у кого сложные жизненные условия, скажем так.
When water is heated by fire, it evaporates and eventually finds its place in the sky. Similarly, when the land was harmed, its vitality evaporated and eventually found its place among the inhabitants. This is the final answer I've been searching for. Anyway, thanks again.
Я сильно подозреваю, что у них, видимо, очень соленые земли, у них же тут океан везде. Наверное, из-за соли нифига не растет. То есть тут либо песок, либо жуткая соль в почве. Это очень мешает росту растений.
You know, even though we just met, I wish you could be my partner all the time. Call me Grady, I guess.
Ну и ракушки эти везде тоже.
But, of course, I know that's impossible. You have your own journey to complete. So I'll just keep doing what I can. Hopefully keeping my memories from evaporating safe and sound in my mind. That way, I'll always be able to remember these beautiful things. The beauty of Watatsumi Island. The people who are full of life and vitality.
Угу. Первая красивая картиночка есть. Сейчас посмотрим другую концовку. Единственная истина. Какая-то новая, видимо, новое блюдо. Где-то рецепт должен быть, по идее. Так, посмотрим, есть ли сверху развилка. Ну, скорее всего, нету. Я думаю, что мы по какой-то... Да, точно нету. Угу. Ну, окей.
Wherever in this world I roam, I carry memories.
Что у нас по молитвам? 56, но сегодня не помолимся уже, видимо. Ждем бездну.
Something vital is missing on this island. Isn't that bizarre? Something vital has gone missing on this island. Has something evaporated into thin air? What could it be?
Paimon bets it must be something delicious.
Крабик ползет на фоне.
You know, because the soil of Watatsumi Island can't grow crops. There's a shortage of food here.
Oh. Food, huh? How about you, traveler? What do you think is missing?
Не хватает... Давайте музыки в этот раз.
That was an unexpected response. It'd be right at home in a novel. Interestingly, I didn't have the same dream again after I left this place, so I became even more intrigued. Was this really just some random dream? Some people believe that dreams represent the divine's helping hand, which I suppose is understandable. However, if you ask me, dreams have it was my
Так, ладно.
intuition too,
Это мы
so I
уже
decided to
слушали.
accept this. Unfortunately, the investigation, who knows? Nah, don't worry about it. So how would you like to partner up on this? Yes, of course, I understand. Well, then, so since we're already here, once everything is settled, I'll...
Итак, мне очень интересует твой сон, но сначала я сопровожу тебя обратно. Это мое задание.
What a sterling example
Да,
of
ответственного
dedication.
робокопа исполняем.
In that case, I'll accompany you back to the police station first. We can just...
Так, идем домой. Ну, в смысле, в другой домой. В город. Так, эту Сакура, по-моему, рубила.
Oh, look who showed up. Héйzо, you're finally back. Listen, if you took any longer to come back, everyone at the police station would be toast.
You say that every time I come back, Uesugi. However, something does feel a little unusual about the police station this time.
Come on, would I ever lie to you? Madame Kujo-Sara is here, and she's on the warpath, so be on the lookout.
What's that lady doing here?
Doshin Shikanoin, I see you finally returned. Please, enlighten us. What have you been doing recently?
Okay. I was just out investigating a case.
Don't give me that. I checked the records here. You didn't take any cases.
Что она к нему пристала?
Actually, it's a case of personal relevance to me.
Что хотел, то и
These two can
делал.
attest to that.
Traveler? Paimon, what are you two doing here?
We're the ones who brought Hazel back.
Brought him back? Can someone please explain?
Well, Madame Kujo-Sara, because we couldn't locate Doshin Shikanoin, we commissioned Detective Ryuji from the detective agency. Shortly after, Ryuji returned to tell us, that he had given the commission to the Traveler, and then...
It used to be that the Tenryo Commission assisted others with disappearances. But it seems these days others are now assisting us. You've done it this time, Shikanoin. I think I've really seen it all.
I mean, is it really so unusual for officers and citizens to assist one another?
Он действительно занимался расследованием, да?
Yeah, it was kind of weird, but it was definitely an investigation. He even pretended to be captured by Nobushi and treasure hoarders.
Представьте, мы сейчас тут наболтаем, и они
Is that
узнают
so?
про
Well,
дела
since you were
на
testifying for
Сангономии.
him, I suppose I won't ask any more questions. But since you're here, I have an extra favor to ask. I'd like you to be Shikanoin's temporary supervisor. It'll be your duty to ensure that he handles his case properly, and that he doesn't disappear and neglect his work again. I'll be sure that the police station prepares the appropriate compensation.
Oh, yes, Traveler. I'm sure we'd all really appreciate it.
Так, тайком спросить взглядом Хэйдзо.
Heizo seems to be happy with the idea.
Ладно, я все сделаю.
You should thank the traveler this time, Doshin Shikanoin. Otherwise, I don't think I would have let you off so easily. Here, take this letter of complaint. It's written against you. Please consider carefully what to do with it. I do not wish to see another one. Understood?
Huh? Someone filed a complaint? That can't be right. Why would there be a complaint letter?
You must not be doing your job properly, and now you're attracting complaints.
Что за выводы, Пайман?
No, it really doesn't add up. You two don't get it. Although Madame Kujo-Sara just made some harsh remarks, we all know that Heizo-senpai is a real whiz when it comes to cracking cases. He's the biggest asset in our team. Several leaders have risen through the ranks as a result of his achievements. He's definitely no slacker.
Then he must have gotten himself into some kind of trouble.
Well, let me see what's the deal here. Oh, and since you agreed to be my temporary supervisor, you'll find the desk where new case files are kept right over there. Would you mind helping me check what cases I need to deal with?
Думаю, что и жалобой на тебя, да, надо понять, кто жаловался, почему и почему сразу это принимают. Ну, в общем, надо разобраться.
Of course, but first I have to confirm what's going on, and whether or not the letter's legit. Please, have a look at the case files first.
В Ханамидзаки появился бездельник, который называет себя смутьяном. Из Ханамидзаки, согласно расследованию, некоторые дети лишились своих вещей, в основном они как будто. Карт, священный призыв семерых. Ой, это случайно не на это отсылочка? По-моему, это на него, да? Так, ну-ка. Домашний питомец по кличке Восточный Экспресс исчез глубокой ночью. Ой, жалоба, в смысле это отсылка. Во дворе хозяин обнаружил 20 собачьих следов разного размера. Первый вывод: преступление совершила банда. Я даже помню, чем Восточный Экспресс кончился. Первый раз, когда я его читала, я каждый раз забывала финалочку, а вот сейчас я посмотрела фильм несколько лет назад, и я запомнила. Я запомнила, кто убийца. Это, конечно, Дворецкий. Полицейский участок. Получена ваша заявка по проекту мероприятия Сиканаин. Рассказывает о мошенниках. После ее изучения принято решение о проведении мероприятия. Подготовкой займется Дасин. Штаб-квартира комиссии Тенрио. Угу. Говорите с Хэйдзо. Я хочу осмотреться, еще мало ли что тут появилось. Дворецкий в экспрессе? Да, там был Дворецкий. Это же типичный Пуаро. Конечно, Дворецкий. Так, появился смутьян. Ну, про Итана нам говорить точно не надо. Давайте про мошенников. Не, давайте Восточный экспресс. Короче, Восточный экспресс.
Another dog's gone missing, huh? I know that the detective agency regularly receives such cases. You know, if we ever had the time, we could tally how many dogs go missing in Inazuma each day. And then... Anyway, just leave that case to Uesugi. This complaint letter I received is more important.
А это с этим заданием тоже все просто. Надо проверить какие-нибудь соседние лавочки с шаурмой, наверное. Нет?
I was hoping I wouldn't have to drag you into this, but it's just occurred to me that with your help, I might be able to wrap up this problem.
Alright then, tell us about the complaint letter.
It's from Sango, the president of Bantan Sango Detective Agency. I assume you've met her before?
Я знаю, между вами есть разногласия, похоже, они довольно серьезные, да.
You can say that. Sango's complaint letter accuses me of abusing my power for personal gain and blatantly concealing the truth behind the Ryuji case from years ago. Seriously, do I really seem like the type of person who'd do that?
Concealing the truth? That definitely sounds like something you would do.
Hey, don't judge a book by its cover, alright? Let's just go to the detective agency and talk to Sango. We'll need to speak with her to get to the bottom of this.
Это точно. Итак. Отправляйтесь в детективное агентство. Идем. Мне вообще нравится детективный жанр, если что. Не знаю, я, наверное, чуть ли не целых 2 десятилетия изучала все триллеры, ужастики и запутанные сюжеты, поэтому мне очень часто легко предугадать, что, ну, там, либо кто убийца, либо что вообще происходит. Сейчас, конечно, бывают такие сложные сюжеты, где тебе раскрывается все в процессе, там где-нибудь ближе к концу, но в целом все до такой степени уже предсказуемо для меня. Я уже лет 10, наверное, почти, ну, редко смотрю что-то такое.
Welcome back, Mr. Heizo. I'm glad you're all right. How about some tonkatsu? You
Хотя
must
люблю.
have missed the taste of home after so long.
Maybe next time, Ryuji. Seems like somebody's been expecting me. And I'm afraid they're only gonna be disappointed once again.
Well, look who it is. The great detective.
А я не помню, ты
Heizo.
знаешь, слушай, не помню, что
What
было в Хэви
nonsense were you
Рейне.
talking about just now? I've been worried about you, you know. So much so that I took the trouble to write that heartfelt letter to the Tenryou
Я помню
Commission.
совершенно точно, что я догадалась,
Was
куда
it
ехать.
sufficiently flattering for you?
А вот про убийцу, я знаю, что там был убийца, я даже помню про братьев-близнецов. Я не помню, догадалась ли я, что он или нет. Ну, не будем спойлерить, мало ли. Я вот не помню сам процесс.
Uh-oh, they're at it again.
Угу.
Let's not waste the traveler's time, Sango. Just tell me, what do you want?
Fine by me. My request is simple. Disclose all the details of the Ryuji case. It's time you stop hiding the truth and let me investigate it thoroughly.
First of all, that case has already been solved. Second, I've disclosed everything the police station has on the case. And third...
Enough! You can only fool Ryuji with that. If you don't want to cooperate, I can assure you that I will write more letters to the headquarters of the Tenryou Commission. I will not give up on this case.
Wait, hold on. Can someone please explain what's going on here? Paimon doesn't have a clue what you two are talking about.
All right, let me explain. Several years ago, a terrible murder took place in the police station. I was still working at the Tenryou Commission then, and the victim was actually my dear boss. Due to various factors, I was deemed to be the top suspect, which is why it's called the Ryuji case. Also, Heizo wasn't a part of the police station back then. He was a detective at the agency. Which at the time was called the Bantan Sango and Heizo Detective Agency.
Мне казалось, что они близнецами были. По-моему, так оно и есть.
Wait. Then why did Heizo leave?
After the incident, I was quickly convicted and sent to prison. Fortunately, Sango then promptly proved my innocence and caught the real murderer.
But that murderer was actually just a dummy to throw us off. Am I right, Detective Shikanoin?
Sango thought that everything went smoothly, so much so that she suspected the real murderer was someone else. Of course, Detective Héizo was also helping with the investigation, but after a long time, he still came up empty-handed. Later on, he decided to join the police station to continue his investigation on the inside, which is why he left the detective agency.
Ha! That's what I thought too. I was foolish enough to believe that Detective Shikanoin and I shared a common goal. But I was wrong about him. He has no sense of loyalty at all. He just wanted to become an official as a means of gaining fame and fortune.
Come on, stop exaggerating. Let me set the record straight here. First, I joined the police station long after that murder case happened, and it had nothing to do with any inside investigation. That's just somebody's wishful thinking. Second, purely out of curiosity, I did investigate the case later from within the police station. My conclusion was that the suspect Sango had caught was in fact the real murderer. And lastly, when Sango didn't buy my conclusion and asked me to disclose all related case files from the police station, I did exactly as she asked. I didn't hide anything.
He's lying right through his teeth.
That's it. I want this to end once and for all. Since the Traveler's my supervisor today, they have complete access to all the police station's files. If he's willing to help re-examine the case and
Хорошо, но не надо спойлеров. Я хочу переиграть когда-нибудь. Лучше, чтобы я меньше помнила.
Whoa. Huh?
Unless you don't trust the Traveler. Come on, say it.
It's not about whether the Traveler's trustworthy. I'm just wondering if you will interfere somehow.
The thought never even crossed my mind.
You have to swear that you will not mislead the Traveler by any means, and let him investigate the truth on his own.
No problem. Cross my heart, hope to die.
Well, Traveler, are you willing to help me with this? Will you agree to re-examine the Ryuji case and find the truth?
И фильмовые игры, они же недолгие.
Like his compensation.
Sango, really? However much they want?
Money is valuable, no doubt. But pursuing the truth is the reason I started this agency. The Ryuji case is the only case I failed to solve. I am willing to give you anything.
Благодарности будет достаточно. Сделай все, что в моих силах.
All right. I'm counting on you, Traveler. You hear that, Detective Shikanoin? Ha! Now we just need to wait and see.
All right, I got it. No need to keep
Как она его не
yammering
любит,
like
ужас
that.
какой. Смотри-ка.
Scare the kids next
Хейтер
door.
нашего
Come
мальчика.
on, let's go back to the police station.
И точно что-то сделал.
Time to go.
Вернитесь к комиссии Тенрио.
All right, hang out here for a sec. I need to go to the archives to get the case files. For now, why don't you go and chat with Yuriki Owada over there? He worked on this case too back in the day.
Кажется, тебе очень хочется, чтобы я взялся за это дело.
No, you misunderstand. It's not that I want you to look into this. It's just that you're the only one who can. You're the only one I can think of who Sango would ever believe. She trusts in both your qualities and abilities, so I hope your findings can finally convince her and put an end to this whole thing. Sure, she's just writing complaint letters for now, but who knows what she'll do in the future. All right, I'll go get those case files. You go ahead and talk to Yuriki Owada for a while.
Говорите с Авадой.
Oh, hello there.
Хэйдзо велел расспросить о деле Рюдзи.
The Ryuji case. So you want to reinvestigate that one? That was several years ago now, but I still remember it clearly. It's pretty hard to forget something like that. Especially when the victim was the head of this police station. His name was Takatsukasa Isamu, the younger brother of Takatsukasa Susumu, head of the Takatsukasa clan. He was really one of a kind. decisive, brave, and smart. He was much younger than me and already had quite a reputation. I'm sure he would have gone far in the Tenryou Commission, if only he was still alive. What a shame.
Да убийцу я помню, в этом-то и печаль. Мне нужно стереть это из памяти, зря напомнил. Так, если бы не случившееся несчастье, быть бы ему уже большим начальником. Ага. Говорят, Рюди был главным подозреваемым.
People will believe anything they hear. Everyone in the police station knew that Ryuji saw Takatsukasa Isamu like a father.
Надеюсь, скрип моего стула не очень громкий.
Before he joined the station, he had been taking odd jobs here and there. It was Isamu who really took him under his wing. Ryuji was simple and not particularly bright, but he was very loyal to those who treated him well. He's also hardworking. Isamu must have seen these qualities in him and decided to keep Ryuji by his side. Ryuji worked with him for years after that, and was even promoted to be his personal assistant. Do you really think Ryuji would do anything to harm him?
So, then why was Ryuji convicted? Even Paimon can tell that's a mistake.
Well, here comes the interesting part of the case. Within a week, and before all the loose ends had even been tied up, Ryuji received his conviction. Moreover, it was signed by Madame Kujo Sara.
What? Why would Sara do something like that?
Что ты думаешь?
I'm getting older now, and my eyesight is poor. I can't see too clearly anymore.
Hey, come on, Yoriki Owada, there's nothing to see. It's obvious that the Kujo clan did it.
You can't just go around saying things like that, Wisuki. Those were just hearsay. There was no evidence.
That's not true. Traveler, you may be unaware that the Takatsukasa clan has always been assisting the Kujo clan in the Tenryou Commission. But who doesn't want to be the boss, right? And Takatsukasa Isamu was the key figure for the Takatsukasa clan to bring down the Kujo clan. At that time, no one was held in higher regard than Isamu. So, naturally, the Kujo clan saw him as a potential threat. Kujo Takayuki must have been planning it all along, that rascal. Takayuki is able to control the Takatsukasa clan as long as he's in power. But by the time he retires, Isamu would have been at the apex of his political power, while Masahito and Kamaji of the Kujo clan would still have been too young. The two of them wouldn't stand a chance against Isamu. You think Kujo Takayuki would simply sit back while Isamu gained traction? So he decided to strike first.
You youngsters and your conspiracy theories.
No, it's true. It's the only way to explain it. Otherwise, why would an impartial person like Madame Kujo Sara sign Ryuji's conviction so quickly? They had to find a scapegoat to pacify the Takatsukasa clan, so Kujo Takayuki must have told her to sign it immediately. I'm not accusing Madame Kujo Sara of anything, mind you. I respect her very much, but maybe
Слишком много болтает,
she had no other choice.
What do you know? I'm sure Madame Kujo Sara must have had her own reasons.
Что с тем настоящим убийцей, которого поймала Санга?
The guy was a forensic expert who worked in the station named Shiroyama. I have to admit, he wasn't easy to track down. That Sango really is something, though. She caught him without even breaking a sweat. It turned out that after poisoning Isamu, Shiroyama secretly took the poison to Ryuji's place in order to frame him. Later on, the poison was also found in the forensic office, but that was already after Shiroyama's death. He confessed everything in a testament.
Ой, это тоже
That's
подозрительно.
right. He hung himself in the forensic office not long after Sango was on his trail. Probably because he knew it was only a matter of time before he would be caught. Of course,
А если настоящий
he didn't
убийца все
admit
еще на
whether he
свободе?
had been prompted by Kujo Takayuki. He took the responsibility alone. I bet Kujo Takayuki promised him a sizable compensation. After all, Shiroyama had a family to feed.
There you go again, pulling conclusions out of thin air. There wasn't any evidence of that at all.
Listen, I can almost guarantee that it was the Takatsukasa clan who invited Sango to investigate. We all knew that Ryuji was just a scapegoat. You think the Takatsukasa clan wouldn't figure that out? They're not stupid.
So, they were suspicious of the Kujo clan and invited Sango to take the case. However, the Kujo clan were still a step ahead and were able to remove themselves from the situation before the whole thing blew up. They drove Shirayama to take all the blame as well as his own life. A perfectly clean cut for the Kujo clan. With Shirayama dead, there was no one left to testify. Even the Electro Archon herself wouldn't be able to do anything.
You make up stuff faster than a politician. It's a wonder nobody's asked you to be an advisor yet.
Hey, that's their loss.
The whole thing is starting to sound complicated.
Hey, I brought the files. I bet you got quite an earful just now, huh? But don't believe everything they say. After all, people can tell you anything, and it's hard to separate truth from rumors without facts. So what really matters is the case files. Everything laid out here is all that the police station has about the case. Please, take a look. Remember, you may find many clues during an investigation, but not all of them are useful. And in some cases, the clues you will find will not only be useless, but downright misleading. Also, if a clue cannot corroborate anything on its own, you can always compare it with other clues, and maybe then you'll find what you're looking for. Okay, that should just about do it. I'm looking forward to your results.
Hold on. What actually counts as a result?
Usually, you need to find two things from these clues: a proven motive and proven means. Once you can confirm these two things, the criminal can be proven guilty. All right, you can go ahead and get started now. I look forward to hearing your verdict.
Don't take anything Uesugi says too seriously. Just nod along. Oh, that. Well, Ryuji saw Takatsukasa Isamu as his foster father, that's for sure. But I can't say whether Isamu helped Ryuji without expecting anything in return. After all, Isamu was a resourceful person. A simple and naive person like Ryuji wouldn't ever be suitable as an advisor. Isamu was expecting a child of his own later. But unfortunately, he was killed before... Anyway, enough about all that. Aren't you here to investigate the case?
Hey, traveler. Investigating a case isn't so easy, is it? Huh, Sango? The Takatsukasa clan really hired an amazing detective, didn't they? She comes to the station to submit applications every now and then, and has been constantly requesting to reinvestigate the Ryuji case. But Héizo has always prevented her from doing so. I really didn't expect that she'd go as far as writing a complaint letter, though.
Он каждый раз свой запрос отклоняет. Я вот и думаю, что вдруг убийца все еще жив.
As for why Héizo senpai has been keeping her away from the case, I think he's afraid that Sango would be putting herself in danger. After Sango may run a detective agency, but in the end, she's just an ordinary person. Well, not exactly. I've pretty much seen them argue every time they meet.
Раньше работали вместе.
Héizo, sometimes he'd ask me to hand over less pressing cases to the detective agency. I guess he just wants to support Sango's business.
Иногда подкидывает им дела.
Héizo senpai is a good person. There's no doubt about that.
Добрый. Окей. Ладно. Отчет о вскрытии. Покойный, 41 год, управляющий в комиссии. В момент смерти он был полностью одет. Тело без внешних повреждений, без следов. Наблюдается язва желудка и кишечника, вызванная ядом нового типа, обнаруженным содержимым брюшной полости. Содержимое брюшной полости включало остатки мягкого риса, который не был полностью переварен. Следы от пасты из рыбьей печени. Ценная пищевая добавка. Небольшое количество отвара от простуды, содержащий большое количество кислотного экстракта фруктов и овощей, приготовленного судмедэкспертом, которого и обвинили. Небольшое количество остатков яда. Причина поражения — слизистой оболочки брюшной полости. Остановка дыхания и кровообращения.
mean all kinds of stuff.
Послание, оставленное с предсмертной запиской. Давно не виделись, Сирояма. У тебя уже все готово? Сегодня в твое отсутствие я заглянул к тебе домой. Твоя жена так радушно меня приняла. Она прекрасная женщина. Тебе очень повезло со спутницей. Какое совпадение, твоя жена уже на 5-м месяце беременности, прямо как и моя. Я лично принес ей пищевую добавку и убедился, что она съела. Она была очень мне благодарна. Ты ведь тоже хочешь меня отблагодарить? Не заставляй меня долго ждать.
Takatsukasa Isamu seems like a thoughtful person.
Да блин. Так, послание и показания Рюдзи. За неделю до убийства господин Исама простудился, потерял аппетит, мог есть только мягкий белый рис. А также принимал особый отвар от простуды. Ночь перед происшествием господин еще не оправился от переохлаждения, но был занят работой. Доктор Сирояма принес отвар от простуды. Доктор Сирояма порекомендовал пасту из рыбьей печени, сказав, что она хорошо повышает сопротивляемость организма. Угу. На следующий день он умер.
Come to think of it, Shiroyama was a forensic doctor.
Это я отравил Исаму, я подсыпал яд в его отвар. Этот человек только внешний праведник, на самом деле требовал, чтобы я создал новый яд, чтобы устранять неугодных ему людей. Блин. Я думала все время, что это не он, но вот последнее предложение заставило меня сомниться в моих мыслях. Он угрожал отправить меня в тюрьму по ложному обвинению, если я не выполню его требования, и даже угрожал моей семье. Ага, это была реально угроза его беременной жене, что ли, до этого? У меня не было выбора. В Международной торговой ассоциации купил яд и убил его. Подбросил яд Рюдзи. Совершил ошибку, поэтому решил уйти из жизни. Осуждаем. Прошу вас, не трогайте мою семью.
Hey, this is the key to proving that Shiroyama was the murderer, right? That is, if he was telling the truth, of course.
Подозреваемый Рюди, 20 лет, является досином комиссии. Был враждебно настроен к своему начальнику. Что? Из-за конфликта на работе. Тайно приобрел сосуд с особым ядом и совершил убийство. Это когда его обвиняли. Неиспользованный яд был позже обнаружен в доме подозреваемого. Ну, никто бы не стал оставлять у себя в доме яд. Это Сара написала. Приговор Сирояме. Подозреваемый Сирояма, 22 года. Это эксперт комиссии и подчиненный покойного Исамы. Был враждебно настроен из-за конфликта на работе. То же самое написано. Неиспользованный яд был позже найден в кабинете Сироямы. Что? Неиспользованный. Это тоже странно. Или он кучу бутыльков накупил? Приговорен к смертной казни. Приговор не мог быть приведен в исполнение, так как он и так умер. Подписано Сара. Отчет о яде, вызвавшем смерть. Не имеет запаха и вкуса, стабилен, растворим в воде, не растворим в других веществах. Свойства синтетического яда. В нормальном состоянии белое порошковое вещество. Белый порошок. Блин, ничего важного. Заключение. Ничего нет, из середины явно вырваны листы. Короче, они тут кого-то покрывают, прикрывают, и вообще все как-то не так.
Huh? That's weird. There's nothing here. This must be some of the false information that Hazel told us to look out for.
Может быть, это все-таки Рюди убил? Но по какой-то такой причине, что все решили его не трогать.
So, what did you find? Have you come to a conclusion?
Да, убийца жив.
Really? You found the criminal's motive and means that quickly? Awesome. All right, let's talk about the motive first. What clue reveals the criminal's motive?
Приговор.
Although the conviction states that
Сердечко
Shiroyama grew to
пропало.
resent Takatsukasa Isamu due to work conflicts, it's not detailed enough for us to
Блин,
understand the
он имеет в
motive.
виду про мотив, а я про то, что тут не
Perhaps you should
вяжется.
give it some more thought.
По-любому Наэль. Да! Наэль прилетела в Инадзуму и убралась. Ладно, предсмертная записка Сироямы и послание.
Excellent work. According to the victim's message, the two had deep conflicts. Although we cannot confirm whether the poison had been requested by the victim or not,
Наэль тогда сколько было? Помладше она
it
была.
is true that Isamu used Shiroyama's family to blackmail him. Such circumstances could be enough motive for Shiroyama to commit the
А может,
crime.
это Саю?
But wasn't Takatsukasa Isamu good to Shiroyama? He even went to Shiroyama's house to bring health supplements.
Мне вообще кажется, что жена того была беременна, который самоубился, беременна от нашего злодея, и тот хотел избавиться от ребенка, поэтому дал его жене что-то подозрительное, и, в общем, на этом конфликт тоже... Ну, в общем, это я усложнила, как обычно. По-любому, если бы это был взрослый какой-нибудь триллер, то что-нибудь такое и было бы. Типа, он напал на его жену, и ребенок не его, и все такое прочее, ну, вы понимаете.
But maybe he didn't really bring health supplements. Maybe it was something bad.
Is that what you think, Paimon? Well, we later found out that what Takatsukasa Isamu sent to Shiroyama's house was indeed health supplements. But if you consider the circumstances, what he sent wasn't important. What was important is that sending the supplements was actually a dangerous
Да,
signal.
опасный сигнал, с учетом того, что... Это, короче, это была угроза с его стороны, очевидная.
Isamu was essentially implying, I can put anything in your wife's supplements at any time.
Именно.
If you really care about her safety, then get me what I want.
So scary. Your assumption sounds like a real threat. You're not really that dark inside, are you?
You don't really catch criminals by standing in the light, do you?
Я уже представила, как бы это было. Делюк такой выходит, а мы по его винокурне лазим. То же самое, когда, помните, прятки были вокруг винокурни? Я представляю, хозяин так-то встает утром, потягивается, выглядывает в окно, а там толпа идиотов бегает, в прятки играют. Это очень забавно.
Basically, these two clues work to verify each other, and the murderer's motive is confirmed.
Мы
Now,
такие...
all that's left is the means of the crime.
Мы такие, мистер Делюк, в Инадзуме произошло убийство, мы это обследуем винокурню. Ничего, что тут 6000 километров расстояние. Мы думаем, что это кто-то из ваших дворецких.
Next, which clue confirms the criminal's means? So, what did you find? Have you come to a conclusion?
Итак, есть кое-какие мысли. А что-то о вскрытии.
Bingo! The autopsy report confirms that the cause of death was a special toxin, The testament indicates that Shiroyama used his position as a forensic expert to mix the toxin into the cold medicine taken by the deceased. But is that really the truth? Is it not possible that the toxin was mixed into the fish liver paste? Well, according to the toxicology report, this white powder only dissolves in water. Neither rice nor the fish liver paste could be used as a carrier of the toxin. The cold medicine was the only option. Putting the poison elsewhere would not only fail to guarantee a lethal dose, but would also increase the chance of it being noticed by the deceased. Therefore, the means is also confirmed.
Add that to the motive for the crime and... Whoa! So the murderer really was Shiroyama!
Yep, pretty clear cut, wouldn't you say? Look, I really don't know what Sango is so suspicious about.
Да даже я во всем сомневаюсь. Почему он не сомневается? Мне кажется, что он подозрительно себя ведет.
Yeah, it's pretty clear cut. Huh. You could say it's almost too clear cut.
Погоди, у меня еще остались сомнения.
Oh? Well, let's hear them. Maybe I have answers. What's bugging you?
В твоей уверенности я сомневаюсь. Коди Сара подписала приговоры для Рюдзи Сироямы. Оба обвинялись в одном преступлении. Так почему они получили разные наказания? Так, почему ничего нет? Что было на вырванных страницах? Да, да. И вот это тоже. Короче, тут много вопросов остается.
This also puzzles me. Maybe someone doesn't want us being privy to the contents inside, or maybe Shiroyama tore a bunch of pages out by accident. But regardless, this isn't essential to the case. Like I said before, a lot of what comes up in an investigation is irrelevant information. The crucial elements are Shiroyama's motive and means, which we have established.
Я с тобой не согласна, Хэйдзо. В отчете упоминается, что нет сведений о том, что я-то обращался в каких-то гильдиях, да. Так просто. Подумаешь, кто-то вырвал лист, значит, не было. Написано, да, это ошибка. Слушай, это вообще подозрительно. Он убийца. Убийца Хэйдзо, убийца-детектив. Короче, это Heavy Rain. Так. Коди Сара подписала приговоры для Рюдзи и Сироямы. Оба обвинялись в одном преступлении. Так почему они получили разные наказания?
Very nice. Top marks for attention to detail. It doesn't have any real bearing on the case, but let me explain how that works for you. So, why would Madame Kujo-Sara sign one conviction sentencing Ryuji to temporary incarceration awaiting trial, and another conviction sentencing Shiroyama to death? You may have heard some rumors back at the station that when this case first came up, the Kujo clan higher-ups were in dire need of a scapegoat to keep the Takatsukasa clan off their backs. In less than a week, the conviction was drafted, sent to Madame Kujo-Sara, and signed. Allegedly, she knew what it was about as soon as she saw it, and signed it with no questions asked. But anyone who buys this story clearly doesn't know that much about Madame Kujo-Sara. She's the most principled person in the entire Tenryo Commission, for goodness sake. So, how would she respond to a case filled with unanswered questions and no confession from the suspect?
Сделала вид, что они нашли преступника. Что настоящий преступник расслабился и показал себя.
Oh, you mean...
Exactly. Before she signed it, she changed Ryuji's conviction from the death sentence
Не, она
to
просто изменила
temporary
запись.
incarceration. Ryuji escaped a disastrous fate without ever realizing it. Had Madame Kujo-Sara not changed his sentence, Sango would
Я
have been
думала, это
seeking
была
justice
ловушка, но
for a
нет,
dead
она
man.
просто его спасла.
Why was Sara so lenient with Ryuji?
That's the wrong question. This wasn't about Ryuji, but Madame Kujo-Sara's principles. Given the enormous pressure she was under at the time, I'd say she did the most she could. Don't you think?
Pressure? Really? Was someone higher up putting pressure on Sara?
The pressure came from all sides. The deceased was the leader of the police station and the rising star of the Takatsukasa clan. All eyes were on this case. How this became reduced to the unimaginative rumor that Madame Kujo-Sara convicted Ryuji under pressure from her superiors, I have no idea.
Ugh. Rumors here, conspiracy theories there. Lies at every turn.
Fortunately, Madame Kujo-Sara works in an open and transparent manner, and pays no heed to rumors like this. She just rolls her eyes and forgets all about them.
А ты откуда знаешь?
Just because she has never publicly clarified the truth doesn't mean she was hiding anything. So when I asked her about it, saying it was relevant to a case I was working on, she just told me how it was. Believe me, in this case, more than any other, I have checked every last detail. Well, I've answered all your lingering questions, and you've checked all the material the police station has, so what do you think? Case closed?
Paimon still feels like something doesn't add up. But then again, Heizo did give us all the files the police
Тут все нечисто, да?
I don't follow. Enlighten me.
Еще в детективном агентстве ты сказал, Санка, я обнародовал все материалы, которыми располагает комиссия. А которыми располагает кто-то другой. Когда мы взялись за дело, ты сказал нам, что принес все материалы, которыми располагает комиссия. Когда ты упомянул меня, то сказал, что мы уже изучили все материалы, которыми располагает комиссия. Палится мальчик.
You tell me, why do I keep emphasizing police station every time?
Потому что ты намекнул, что существуют материалы, которых нет у комиссии.
So we're finally here, huh? I was starting to think our investigation was about to end a little early. That would have been a real shame. Man alive, you finally saw through my little game.
Представь, они все это время нас разыгрывали просто. Вместе с девчулей. На самом деле они друзья, и... Короче, они нам решили дело подкинуть искусственное. Ну не может быть ведь.
You're absolutely right. There is other information that the police station doesn't have. Reason being? It's my own evidence. And this evidence should help answer a couple of your questions more clearly. Why was the research log from the Office of Forensic Science blank? And where did the white powder come from?
Aha! Paimon knew you were keeping secrets!
Don't you have secrets too?
No. Nope. Definitely not.
Let's talk somewhere else. This isn't the best place for this to...
Найдите тихое место. Сейчас он и нас отравит. Проверяй. Потому что мы его раскрыли. Я знаю, нас убьют. Ну все понятно.
Time to go.
Не ходи тогда. Сейчас мы будем качаться 8 лет. Станем как Эбби. Найдем себе клюшку и будем готовы.
Time to go.
This is a quiet spot. Let's talk here. All right. Here's the secret I've been keeping all along. The torn out pages from the research log of the Office of Forensic Science.
Вот у кого листки.
Great! But Paimon can't believe you kept this a secret all this time!
It's not like you think. I wasn't the one who tore out the pages.
Легендарный у Кадзухи, а не у меня. У меня другой Кадзуха, не тот, который был в сюжете.
Look, just read it over first.
К странице из судебно-медицинского заключения. Кислые питательные вещества, извлеченные из закатника, и маслянистая паста, извлеченная из печени рыб после смешивания и рафинирования, дали небольшое количество белого кремообразного вещества. После скармливания лесным кабанам у них появились поражения кожи, короче, отравились и погибли. После замены закатника концентрированным соком и рыбьей печени свежей пастой было получено большое количество вещества. Если дать это вещество кабанам, продолжительность их жизни может сократиться до нескольких часов. Короче, дозы исследовал.
Finished? Do you see now? The method used by the perpetrator to commit his crime wasn't by putting the white powder in the cold medicine.
Отвар становится порошком, когда это дело смешать.
That's correct. The white powder was Shiroyama's invention. As a forensic doctor, he provided a special cold medicine for Takatsukasa Isamu. The autopsy report showed that this medicine contained a high volume of acidic fruit and vegetable extracts.
Нет, я махала тенью.
Then, he tricked Ryuji into sending fish liver paste to Takatsukasa Isamu. When the two substances were taken together, a toxic dose of the substance formed in his body. This is the real modus operandi.
Oh, that's awful. One was medicine, and the other was an expensive nutritional supplement. Both completely harmless.
True, both are harmless on their own, but when combined, poof, that's it.
Зачем Сирояма это утаил, да?
It was not him who wanted to hide it, but the person pulling the strings behind him.
Потому что не он утаил, а тот, кто стоял за ним. Вот и я про то же. Настоящий убийца где-то живой.
You mean there was someone else pulling the strings?
Ну, это две катаны, да. Сейчас зайдем в инвентарь, посмотришь.
Aren't you curious where I found these pages from the research log? It was in Kujo Takayuki's secret warehouse. After I found the missing pages, I did some digging around and found out that Shiroyama had worked for Kujo Takayuki before joining the police station. The Kujo clan secretly provided Shiroyama with funds to study forensic science. I guess you could say that Kujo Takayuki's investment paid dividends in this case. Of course, I had only learned all of this after the Vision Hunt decree came to an end. Kujo Takayuki had lost his grip on power, and the Tenryou Commission was undergoing a general reshuffle. To avoid coming under suspicion, Madame Kujo Sara put me in charge of building a case against Kujo Takayuki. I found a huge stash of fish liver paste in a secret warehouse. Nothing hugely incriminating about that, of course. I had to concede that this really was just a huge stash of fish liver paste. But then, underneath the floor tiles, where the fish liver paste was stacked, I found a secret compartment with this torn-off research report lying inside.
So it was him who wanted to frame Ryuji all along. What a nasty piece of work.
Let's review the whole case from the top. First, Takatsukasa Isamu, for whatever reason, noticed Shiroyama's talent as a forensic doctor and asked him to develop a special poison on his behalf. But Shiroyama was already working for the Kujo clan, so he refused. Takatsukasa Isamu wasn't about to take no for an answer, and that's where things took a dark turn. He twisted Shiroyama's arm by making a veiled threat to harm his family. When Takayuki learned what was happening, he instructed Shiroyama to pretend to cooperate with Takatsukasa Isamu, then kill the latter with the white powder once it was fully developed. Meanwhile, Ryuji's only role in this case was to deliver the fish liver paste to Takatsukasa Isamu on Shiroyama's orders, completely unaware of the fact that he was being used as a pawn and that this was a key ingredient needed to create the poison. After the incident, Kujo Takayuki hoped to make Ryuji the fall guy, until the death sentence was stalled when it reached Madame Kujo Sara. In the meantime, Sango had begun her own investigation. Kujo Takayuki grew nervous that the truth would get out, so he threw Shiroyama to the wolves, hounding him to death and erasing all traces of contact between the two. And yet, he wanted to keep this secret formula, so he hid it. Greedy guy, that Takayuki. He must have wanted to have it on hand just in case he needed to employ it again in the future and make someone else disappear.
This Kujo Takayuki is an evil lunatic! We've got to report this to A. Whatever his current punishment is, it needs to be 10 times worse!
That would be practically impossible. One research log found in his warehouse doesn't prove anything. Even I can think of 100 excuses. Besides, Ryuji directly contributed to Takatsukasa Isamu's death by delivering the fish liver paste to him. The fact that he was unaware of the true nature of the situation doesn't matter.
But he's still innocent, right? Isn't it just a coincidence? Paimon really doesn't get how the law works.
Legally speaking, the judge would most likely rule that it was accidental. But in practice, Ryuji may still have to end up shouldering some responsibility.
So basically, you've been hiding the truth all this time to protect Ryuji.
Mental trauma doesn't heal as easily as physical wounds. My biggest worry is that Ryuji would struggle to cope if he knew the truth. He's like an innocent child. He freely gives his trust and his love to everyone that treats him well. That's why he thought of Takatsukasa Isamu.
Ну да, короче, они берегут Рюдзи, и девчуля зря там копается. Ну, если что, если кто-то не читал, в общем, суть свелась к тому, что Рюдзи сам эту пасту ему дал, которая в смешении с тем, что съел его начальник, выдает яд, и... Ну, он не знал, что делает, естественно. В общем, они именно это скрывают.
I'm pretty sure that to this day, he has never paused to wonder whether Takatsukasa Isamu was actually a good person, or if Sango just hired him as a gopher, or why I left the detective agency. If he found out the facts about Takatsukasa Isamu, I'm afraid it would crush him.
Так ты мне все рассказал, потому что...
Well, as you can see, I'm a little less confident than people might think. To prevent Ryuji from getting hurt, I covered up the truth. But by doing so, have I held him back? Did I do the right thing? I couldn't turn to anyone for help, and everyone around me thinks I'm so smart, that I should just be able to handle every case on my own. Even if I tried to discuss it with them, they'd just say, "Don't be ridiculous, Mr. Héйzо, no problem's too difficult for you." But you're different. Unlike them, you don't have that kind of prejudice towards me. You've traveled far and wide and have had all kinds of experiences. It must have taught you a lot. Most importantly, my intuition tells me that you're someone
Сколько комплиментов.
special, that I can trust you and that you can help me. Right? So, I'd like you to be the one to decide whether we should expose the truth or not. Oh, you don't need to tell me what you decide, and you certainly don't need to decide right now. Let's just say I'm leaving this teensy-tiny matter up to you. All right, let's head back to the detective agency. You can
Он еще на
mull it
нас
over
все
on the way.
скинул, офигеть.
Once you've made up your mind, just tell Ryuji and Sango your verdict.
Короче, называется, хочешь рассказывай им, хочешь не рассказывай, а я буду молчать, потому что мне пофигу. Ладно, ладно. Скомканная страница. Ох. В общем, вот у меня же мой туманчик. Критовый рассекающий. А вот новая пуха. Две катаны. Это красная, та фиолетовая. Конечно, мы все сейчас расскажем. Интересно же посмотреть на реакцию.
Hey, traveler. Hey, Detective Héйзо.
Блин, он так радостно нас встречает, мне стыдно стало. Это то же самое ощущение, когда я полгода не убивала уточек в задании с теми. Я реально полгода этого не делала. И вот сейчас то же самое ощущение. Мы сейчас все сделаем. И в квесте красный был, да. Нет, светился он фиолетовым, но когда Кадзуха его перековал, то он стал красным.
You're back already, huh? I bet you're tired. Well, I just bought some tonkatsu. Care to join me? There's plenty for everyone.
We'd love to. But wouldn't you like to hear the results of our investigation first?
No matter what you were able to find, it's all in the past and won't ever change. So I think we'd better chow down first.
Нам сейчас в любом случае придется ему рассказать, потому что он наверняка нам предложит эту же субстанцию смешать. Вот почти наверняка. Ну, может быть, конечно, нет, но я так представила. Он хуже оси? В смысле, небесная ось — это копье? Ты про что?
Besides, if Sango's not happy with the results, we might not have anything to eat later.
Come on, Ryuji, pipe down. Let's hear the traveler's conclusion first.
Жало? Так они разные совсем. Жало на мастерство стихии, этот на силу атаки.
Okay then. Over to you, Héйзо and Traveler.
Don't worry. Just tell us your findings. Everyone trusts you. As do I.
Если мы говорим о саппорте Кадзухи, то, конечно, хуже. Если о чем-то другом, то, может быть, и ничего покажется. Ну, я не знаю, Пушкина силу атаки — это такое. Лучше давать тем героям, которым нравится играть от силы атаки. Ну, типа, допустим, Джин. Она хилит от силы атаки, плюс бить будет силой атаки сильнее. Цица. Для Кадзухи мастерство лучше, если он саппорт. А он у тебя саппорт. Так. Санка зря обвиняла Хэйдзо, настоящим злодеем оказалась Сирояма. Давайте нижнюю. Хэйдзо скрывал часть улик, потому что рассказываем все. Ему он не нужен? Да нет, мне кажется, нет. Ну, в смысле, у тебя жало есть. Нафиг. Как же так произошло? Мне интересна реакция. Так, смотрим.
Huh. So, that's what really happened?
Ryuji, I know it's hard to accept, but...
Если что, в реальности, знаете, как бы я сделала на месте ГГ? Я бы рассказала девчуле, чтобы она успокоилась и перестала наезжать на пацаненка. А мальчика бы мы оставили чистым, невинным, добрым и ничего не знающим. Вот как-то так я бы сделала в реальной жизни. Раз он такой, а девочка хочет знать правду, надо просто разделять, зачем всем это было рассказывать.
Wait a minute. Sorry, I have quite the stomachache. Sango, can I take the day off?
Sure, of course. Take the week if you need it.
Oh, Paimon hopes Ryuji will be okay.
I didn't expect things to turn out like this.
Так все уже рассказали.
Just give him some time to himself. I think he'll eventually come to accept it.
I'm still a little worried, though. What if he doesn't come to work tomorrow?
Then we'll go to him. Don't you worry about that, Sango. You need some time to process all of this, too.
Дождитесь следующего дня. Сейчас проверим, придет он или нет. Или будет плакать, сидеть. Мы ему принесем мороженку и будем говорить, какой он хороший.
Ah, you're here. Don't worry. Ryuji
Он
came
пришел.
earlier this morning.
Да, убийца Рюдзи. Он притворяется невинной овечкой. А сам такой, блин, меня раскрыли, как же так?
I guess he can handle a lot more than I thought. I was honestly worried he'd suffer a breakdown. but as of today, it seems he'll be fine.
Сейчас его здесь нет?
He went over to Natsuke Nogen Crafts to buy something.
Let's go find him then. Shall we?
Before you go, Heizo, I kind of understand now what you meant when you left.
Он милым притворяется.
Oh,
Все ему верят, а я нет.
I'm happy to hear you say that. All right, time to find Ryuji.
Отправляйтесь в мастерскую.
Time to go.
Look, there's Ryuji with a little kid too. Is he buying our toys? Uncle Ryuji, was my daddy handsome? I've never seen what he looked like.
Он его дочку воспитывает. Это его совесть мучает, потому что он убийца.
Of course. Takatsukasa Isumu was a very handsome man. Also, it's not uncle. Call me brother.
But you look so old.
Старый. Блин. Парню, наверное, 20 лет где-нибудь.
Well, I'm still your brother.
Huh? How come?
Because he treated me like a son.
Хе-хе.
Huh? Who are you guys?
Да нет, зачем? Мы сейчас просто его на свою сторону перетащим, и будет травить наших врагов. Все же хорошо.
We're friends with your big brother Ryuji, and with your father too.
Oh, really? Yay! I've met loads of my daddy's friends today. Can you tell me some stories about him? I really want to hear them.
Sure. Why, I know enough stories about your old man that if I started talking now, you'd be all grown up before I finished them.
Wow, that's amazing! Well, I don't want to grow up too soon then. Maybe when I'm 100. No.
Не-не-не, неправда. Неправда не может быть.
No, 300 years old.
Дети всегда мечтают вырасти. Им кажется, вот стану я взрослый. Не-не-не, это не может рассуждать так маленькая девочка.
Yep, I'm gonna wait until I'm 300 years old before I become a grown-up, so that I can make sure I finish all the stories first.
Угу. В принципе, знаменитого детектива некоторые вещи всегда будут важнее правды. Ну-ну. Ладно, мы сокрыли правду, у нас появился личный отравитель. Я думала, что хорошо устроились, все прекрасно. Сохраняем следующую концовку, смотрим. Было реально длинно, но я думаю, что сейчас будет более короткие варианты. Так, вот здесь вот есть выбор. То есть, если мы не скажем. Говорите с Рюдзи.
Time to go.
Секунду. Все-таки не хочу терять Сакуру, потому что я ее вообще не собирала, пока бегала по Инадзуме все время. Я думаю, скоро она нам может пригодиться, мало ли что. Так. Куки.
Hey, Traveler. Hey, Detective Héizo. You're back already?
We'd love to.
No matter what you were able to find, it's all in the past and won't ever change. So I think we'd better chow down first. Besides, if Sango's...
Come on, Ryuji, pipe down. Let's hear the Traveler's...
Okay.
Don't worry. Just tell us.
Итак, Санга зря обвиняла Хэйдзо, настоящим злодеем оказался Сирояма. Мы ничего не сказали.
Well, what do you know? I suspected that was the case. Please rest in peace, Master
Он вздохнул с
Takatsukasa.
облегчением.
No. Impossible. Traveler, are you sure you checked every last file? Carefully?
Поверь мне, очень хорошо.
Ugh! No, you little... Shikanoing Héizo! You didn't pull any shenanigans on the Traveler, did you?
Sango, no accusations without evidence, remember?
Половину которых просто выкрали.
The truth is out and the case is closed, Sango. Please don't send any more of your harassment letters to the Tenryo Commission. Well, I really owe it to you, Traveler. I'll be sure to properly thank you later.
Hey! You're not going anywhere!
Прекрасная картинка. Окей. Ладно, смотрим другую концовку.
Please speak to President Song. I'm just...
Кстати, может быть, тут можно рецепт купить новый? Мало ли. Появился же какой-то детективский. Нету.
So, have you gone through the case?
Итак, здесь мошенники, допустим.
Have they approved it already?
So, what is Héizo talk?
It's an anti-fraud public awareness event. Basically, think of it as a short play about fraud. We'll get a few people to perform an entertaining drama in order to raise public awareness about the issue.
Ooh, so it's a play? Paimon likes the sound of that.
Я думал, ты только особо важными делами занимаешься.
Well, see, fraud is a major issue here. You've traveled between different nations. I'm sure Mora isn't really an issue for you.
Не представляешь. Вот такое ощущение, что он меня сейчас подколол. Всю Мору потратили, блин. Вообще Моры нет.
You have to understand that scamming the poor of their money is essentially robbing them of their lives. Left unchecked, the situation could potentially deteriorate into something more serious.
Представляю.
That makes sense. But will putting on a performance really work?
It's hard to say. Preventing crimes is more difficult than solving them, there's no doubt about that, but prevention is also a more worthwhile cause. Maybe only a small number of people who attend the event will ever actually encounter a scam artist. And even then, of the handful of attendees who encounter said scam artist, I doubt many of them will be able to see through the scammer's ruse. But if even only one person escapes the clutches of a scam artist because of my event, then I'm willing to put on this play for that person.
Alright, count us in! Today we are the anti-fraud messengers!
Great! First, we need 3 actors, 2 to play the scam artists and 1 to play the victim. I already have a couple candidates in mind for the roles of the scam artists, so come with me to the Grand Narukami Shrine.
Серьезно, будем в храме играть? Интересно, как к этому Мика отнесется.
Ooh, if we're going to the Grand Narukami Shrine, are you planning to recruit Miko for your play? She'd be really good at acting.
Well, I guess you'll have to wait and see.
Héйзо, what are you doing here, you little brat? Oh, and the Traveler, too. So, I assume you're here to see Lady Yae?
Понятия не имею, ищем ли мы Мика.
Hey, come on, cuz. Maybe I'm just here to see you.
Don't play your little games with me. If the Traveler isn't looking for Lady Yae, then you must be here looking for Etsu, right?
You still know me best, cuz.
Госпожа Эцу.
Please wait here. I'll go get her.
Huh, so we're not here to see Miko? Bummer.
I'm flattered, but even if I wanted to, do you really think I could convince Lady Yae to join a little event like mine?
Get the Traveler to ask her next time. He can do it.
Well, hello, Detective Héйzо. It's been so long since you last came to see me. You know, it's cruel to keep a girl waiting.
Hey, community service isn't all bad, is it?
Тюрьмы?
I'm sure it's better than prison, at least.
Серьезно?
That's right. I was careless and found myself caught up in a case of fraud. Detective Héйzo arrested me, and I was sentenced to prison.
For the record, I'm not the one who technically arrested you.
Oh, come now, Detective Héйzo. Don't pretend like you don't remember the part you played. You have a cold heart, Detective. Colder than an icicle in the middle of winter. How would those Doshin have nabbed me if you hadn't provided evidence of my involvement and whereabouts, They were so bland and functional. Not like you, Detective. When you took me down, you knew exactly
Девчуля
what you were
переигрывает.
doing.
So, how did you end up here at the shrine?
I'm here doing community service, of course. After all the information Detective Héйzo managed to squeeze out of me, he promised to help secure a reduced sentence from the court. But in the end, they hardly reduced my sentence at all. Even after serving a lengthy prison term, I am still required to perform community service. I have to spend the entire day sweeping leaves or wiping floors. Just look at what the work has done to my soft and delicate hands. So, don't believe a word that comes out of his mouth.
I helped you get community service because you were credited with assisting the investigation. But if you find it too exhausting, I can always send you back to prison again.
Oh, come on, Detective Héйzo. Now you're just toying with me.
Don't give me that. Listen, I'd like to invite you to the anti-fraud event I mentioned last time. It's tomorrow night, and you'll be a VIP guest. Let's see. Appearing in the event would be equivalent to... what? 5 days of community service? How does that sound?
Only 5 days? That's hardly anything.
5 days not enough? Okay. How about 4 days?
Hey! That's a day less than what you just promised me, Detective Héйzo.
Oh, my mistake. 3 days.
All right, I'll go. Just stop playing with my heart. And may I ask, will they also be coming as a guest tomorrow night?
Привет, я Скай.
No wonder you're treating me so coldly today, Detective Héйzo. Looks like you found someone else to keep you company.
Да.
And what a charmer they are. I get what you see in them. I mean, you'd have to be blind not to.
Etsu, now's not the time. If I hear you talking like that to my friend again, I'll make your community service even more unpleasant than your time in prison.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I had no idea they were your friend. Really.
Well, now you do. Just be sure you're ready tomorrow. I'll send you the location, time of the event, and the script, so don't be late. All right, on to our next candidate. He should be in town right about now.
Найдите следующего актера в городе. Окей. Я уже думала, мы тут собрались какое-то представление устраивать. Мика не видно, я на всякий случай проверила.
Mr. Iba, how are you doing?
Oh, well, if it isn't Hazel. Thanks to you, I haven't kicked the bucket yet.
Well, it's good to see you're alive. And well.
All right, out with it. I know you wouldn't come see me for nothing.
I see you're still sharp as ever, Mr. Iba. Look, have you had a chance to think about that anti-fraud event I mentioned to you last time?
You can forget it. I'm pushing 71 this year. You think I want to make a fool of myself?
Are you sure? You know, this event is very well funded. And now that the Sakoku decree has been repealed, I heard that your granddaughter Kazumi wants to take the chance to travel. If you participate, she can go without worrying about money at all.
Huh? How did you know? Sure, I paid a hefty fine at the time, but I can still afford her travels.
Штраф.
You're Heizo's colleague, aren't you? How haven't you heard about this?
Well, it just so happens that Mr. Iba was a well-known figure in Inazuma back in the day. His Iba Trading Guild was even bigger than the current International Trade Association.
Don't bring it up again. If I hadn't been misled by that foreign merchant, I never would have become a commercial scammer. Fortunately, young Heizo here has some respect for the elderly and applied for a probationary sentence. Otherwise, I don't think I would have ever seen the light of day again.
Well, if Hazel was so good to you, then you should help him out too.
He's not as innocent as he looks, you know. He just knows it's easier to get information when we're chatting outside. Ask him if you don't believe me.
Those are some pretty harsh words, Mr. Iba.
Anyway, I can't help you with that, event, or whatever you call it.
Ah, man alive. What should I do now? I already told Kazumi that you'd show up and caution everybody about avoiding fraud. I'm sure it'd be beneficial for everyone, and Kazumi even agreed to come and listen. How can I explain to her that you were too worried about being embarrassed? She might even think that you feel no remorse at all.
You imbecile! You should have told me about this first!
Come on now. How could I have known that you'd refuse to participate?
По-моему, тут прозвучало сейчас какое-то нехорошее слово.
You sure are a crafty one, just like your father.
So you'll join us?
What choice do I have? Using my granddaughter to force me into some event. People these days.
The world needs you to step up. I will send the time and place of the event as well as the script. So
Надо
don't
было
forget to
слушать.
prepare.
All right, very well.
Well then. Now we only need to find the last person to play the role of the fooled victim. We don't want someone too clever for this role. Otherwise, they'd see right through this ruse and the drama would come to a grinding halt.
Not too clever. Oh,
Да, Ита. Номер один Аратаки.
Oh yeah, I know that guy. I've seen him in the police station a handful of times, though I've never actually spoken to him before. Do you know where we...
Well, we did just see a file called the Prince of Mischief in Hanamizaka. That's gotta be Ito. He must be in Hanamizaka.
All right then. To Hanamizaka we go. Oh, but knowing his reputation, I'll need to bring a little something along just to guarantee we can secure his participation.
Ой, надеюсь, он его подставлять там ничего не будет. Чтобы шантажировать, чтобы тот участвовал. Хитрый тип-то на самом деле. Он тоже не так далеко от Ямика ушел. Блин, почему мы не туда воюем? пошли. Сейчас что-то будет.
How about that, kiddo? My little Prince of Mischief's got some moves, huh? Guess that means your Onikabuto is now my Onikabuto.
Ito! What are you up to?
Huh? Oh, Paimon, my compadre. This is a nice surprise. What brings you out this way?
Мы слышали, что ты терроризируешь детей.
What? No, it's not. No, it's nothing like that. They let me look after their Onikabuto just for a little while for safekeeping, and then, once they've gotten stronger, they can come and take him right back.
You win some, you lose some.
Ребеночек плачет.
That's right, my little guy. Good attitude. All right, see you around. Okay, yeah, bye.
There's just no helping this guy.
Мы хотели пригласить тебя поучаствовать завтра вечером в одном мероприятии по борьбе с мошенничеством.
Oh, an anti-fraud event? I'll level with you, compadre. I have no idea what that is, but if you want me there, I can think of nowhere I'd rather be. Oh, except that there's this Onikabuto Battle Royale tomorrow night that I was planning on going to. Yeah, it's gonna be huge. No holds barred, winner takes home all the Onikabuto. And, as you can see, my Prince of Mischief has a pretty good chance of winning this thing, so, if it was any other day, you know?
Do you think all of those Onikabuto together would be a match for my one?
Он решил с ним подраться на
Let me know what you
шуках.
think.
Ух ты.
Huh? What this? What is this? How'd it get so big? What are you feeding this thing? Look at those beautiful demon stripes, those razor-sharp horns. Is this the fabled Emperor Onikabuto?
This is a small token we provide for VIPs. If you're willing to attend, then one of these will be yours at the end of the event.
Блин, еще гениальнее. Все просто.
Wait a sec. You look familiar. Who are you anyway? And furthermore, do Onikabuto really come in this size? You're not trying to con me, are you? Because the more I think about it, the more I'm inclined to think that you're a contestant in tomorrow night's Onikabuto Battle Royale! Yeah, you lost to me in a previous beetle battle, and now you're trying to get the reigning champ out of the way. Without Prince of Mischief to contend with, you'll be free to sweep in and take all the Onikabuto. Am I right or am I right? Nice try, you little punk. 10 out of 10 for the pitch, but, you picked the wrong victim.
Okay. Then again, consider this. If your Prince of Mischief isn't competing, what's the point of me taking part? After all I'd stand to win is a bunch of puny little larvae. No?
Well, you've stumped me there. You are completely right. I can't believe I didn't think of that. Sorry, my bro, my main man, my buddy. I had you all wrong.
So, you're sure this guy's our best choice?
Yeah, see? He was already wondering if you were trying to con him.
Then allow me to introduce myself. I'm Shikanoin Héizo. I've seen you around a few times before at the police station.
Huh? Oh, yeah, I remember now. No wonder you looked so familiar. You were that guy who was in for stealing other people's Onikabuto, right? Listen, Héizo, hombre, did you apologize to them? You can lose like a man, you can win like a man, but you can never steal like a man. And that's a little Ito nugget.
Ito! He works there, for crying out loud! He's not one of your fellow inmates.
What? Oh, jeez. What's wrong with me? How could I forget? Of course I know you. I remember you now. For real, this time. You're the guy who sells lavender melons at the station, aren't you?
A lavender melon seller? At the police station? Don't be ridiculous!
I know what I saw, okay? Several times now I've been sitting there starving in jail when this guy comes and slips me a few lavender melons on the sly. Didn't even want payment. Solid guy.
Yeah, that was me. But it was only because your assistant, Kuki Shinobu, asked me to look out for you.
What? So Shinobu was behind it? Wait, so hombre, you're not a lavender melon seller?
Look, we're getting hung up on all the wrong details here. The important detail right now is that I am the host of tomorrow night's event. And if you show up, the Onikabuto in the picture is yours. Deal?
Deal, done. But, could I get another look at that picture first? Just,
Я хочу, чтобы мой жук воевал. Пусть он будет пацифистом.
You'll have all the time in the world to inspect the real article once the event's over.
Okay, sure. I can wait. So, hombre, is there anything I need to do to prepare? Because if I'm doing this, I'm bringing my A game, all right? No half measures here. I'm gonna do this right.
He sure picks his moments to start acting responsibly.
Okay, so for this event, you, my, bro, will be participating in a short anti-fraud play along with 2 other VIP attendees. The main thing we ask is that you just relax. Try not to be nervous. I have the script, right here, if you want to take a...
Script? What? It sounds like someone's never seen the Arataki gang perform before, huh? Don't you worry, hombre. The Arataki gang is a little beyond the need for scripts. You'll see, this Oni Kabuto will be well worth your investment.
You, don't need a script? Wow, well, now I'm excited. See you there tomorrow night.
You bet. I'll be there. I'm gonna tell the gang about this, too. They'll all be there to support us.
Итак, дождитесь следующего дня. 8 вечера. Сейчас будем опять что-то странное наблюдать по-любому.
Stand with me.
А сколько времени-то прокрутил? А, все.
It's almost time. Everyone ready? All right, then let's get this show started.
Oh, I can't wait, Mr. Héizo.
Let's get going, Héizo.
Emperor Oni Kabuto, hang in there, Your Highness. I'm coming for you.
It takes years to make a fortune, but only a moment to lose it all to a scam artist. Welcome to the first Héizo Talks Fraud. I am your eponymous host, Héizo. Okay, I'm delighted to have you all here today to explore the topic of fraud. To help everyone avoid becoming the victim of scam artists themselves, we thought we'd invite several VIPs with a lot of experience in this area to perform a little play with an anti-fraud message. Please join me in welcoming to the stage Miss Etsu, Mr. Iba, and the venerable gentleman, Mr. Arataki Ito. Without further ado, let the show begin. It was just another bright sunny day when a distressed Miss Etsu brought her elderly grandpa, Iba, into the police station to report a crime. There, they were greeted by a kindly Doshin, surname Arataki.
Doshin Arataki, please help us! My poor grandpa has been defrauded!
Doshin Arataki? You talking to me?
Perhaps for want of familiarity with the script, a confused look creeps over Doshin Arataki's face, and he
Никто даже не выучил
asks
сценарий.
himself an age-old question. Who am I?
Yes, you are Doshin Arataki! You're Doshin Arataki!
Oh, so I'm in the play. Right, yeah. Okay, got it. I'm a Doshin, of course. Okay, I got this. Ma'am, can you tell who it was that defrauded your grandfather? Rest assured, the Tenryo Commission and I are here to bring them to justice.
I don't know.
It was too late when I found out. They took all of my grandpa's money, and all they left was this note.
Doshin Arataki frowns as he realizes this is more complicated than he thought. He takes the note in his hand and reads it out loud.
I am the Raiden Shogun. I am currently being held hostage by the Crux fleet and urgently need 200,000 mora to secure my release. Please place the ransom mora on the north coast of the deserted island. When all of this is over, I will promote you to General of the Tenryou Commission.
It's the almighty Shogun. We cannot let Her Excellency come to harm.
But this is a scam, surely. I mean, 200,000 mora? Kinda lowballing it for the Electro Archon, don't you think? Shouldn't it be like, 300,000 at the very least?
Well, I sure thought so, but Grandpa's already parted with the money.
Well, then we gotta get it back. Is there still time?
Before I could go out to look for it, Grandpa received another note.
Doshin Arataki takes the note and reads it out loud.
I am Miss Hina. I am currently raising funds to publish a photo book. I urgently need 300,000 mora for publishing fees. In return for your support, you will receive a limited edition signed photograph.
It's Miss Hina. We can't leave poor Miss Hina in a tight spot.
You're right, Gramps. Is 300,000 mora enough? I can spare some too if we need to make up the difference. Maybe I can get a photo of Miss Hina too. I mean, we gotta help Miss Hina out here.
Какой кошмар, их разводят
как. It's a scam, Doshin Arataki! Snap out of it!
Oh, right, yeah, no, yeah, because if Miss Hina needed funds, she'd come to me first, you know, as her #1 fan. Why would she go asking this old geezer for help? These con artists don't know who they're up against.
Well, anyway, not long after Grandpa handed over the money, he received yet another note.
Doshin Arataki grabs the note and reads it aloud.
I am Arataki Ito. I was recently framed for a crime I totally did not commit, and now I'm stuck here in prison. I am in urgent need of 500,000 mora as bail. In return for your help getting me out, I will bring the whole gang over to thank you personally at your house.
Must be a scammer, surely. I've never heard of this person, and they're asking me for 500,000 mora.
Wait a minute. This is a scam. I'm Arataki Ito.
You are? But your name tag says...
Doshin Arataki follows Miss Etsu's gaze to the name tag emblazoned on his chest, which reads, Arataki Shmito.
What kind of whack job script is this? Am I me or ain't I?
So, the bail money?
Блин, какой пиздец. Простите. В общем, происходит что-то очень странное.
Ask innocent people for mora in order to post bail. Whoever wrote this is a liar and a cheat. And we gotta get out there and get this guy off our streets.
But just as Doshin Arataki is being overcome with righteous indignation, the sound of Miss Etsu's weeping brings his attention back to her.
Miss Etsu, don't you worry. We're gonna catch the people who did this.
Even if you do catch them, how are we ever going to get Grandpa's money back? Oh, whatever are we going to do about all those Onikabuto?
Onikabuto? Wait, what was that about the, Onikabuto?
Oh, well, Grandpa is a major Onikabuto breeder in our village. His are the biggest and strongest Onikabuto around. People come from far and wide to buy from him. We recently received an order that was too big for our current capacity. We were planning to expand Grandpa's facilities, but then we were swindled out of all of our money. Right after we'd signed the contract too.
Вот и приблизились к тому моменту, когда он им деньги отдаст.
Grandpa will have to pay huge damages. Oh, what are we going to do?
Man, what's that saying? It's like, it never rains, but it snowballs. Exactly what we're dealing with.
Etsu, my dear, don't worry. I'll sell the house if I have to. We'll find a way through.
where will we stay? Please help us, Doshi Narataki. All we need is the 500,000 mora that was taken from us. Can you help us raise it? Or maybe you could lend it to us? Grandpa's business is going very well. We just need help getting over this hurdle. Doshi Narataki, please. If you lend us the money, I'm sure I can make it up to you by...
I won't hear of it. As a public servant, I would never dream of taking advantage of a person in need.
I was going to say, by giving you part ownership of the Oni Kabuto farm.
Oh, so that's what you were, yeah. That's not as enticing an offer as I was... wait, an Oni Kabuto farm, how many Oni Kabuto did you say you have? Because if it's more than, say, 10...
10,000.
What? 10,000? Well, that's more Oni Kabuto than I've seen in my whole life.
Please help us. As long as we get through this, those 10,000 Oni Kabuto are yours to keep.
10,000 Oni Kabuto? Hey, if I looked after them, they'd have little baby Oni Kabuto. And then the little baby Oni Kabuto would grow up and have little baby Oni Kabuto of their own.
Doshin Arataki is struck by a sudden wave of pure elation. His face breaks into a big, beaming smile. But what does he do next?
Miss Etsu, don't you worry. I'm gonna help you out. But 10,000 is too many. I can only accept 1,000. Wait, no, what am I saying? 500 Oni Kabuto. As a Doshin of the Tenryou Commission, it is my duty to serve. How could I abuse my position to take advantage of you?
That's great news, Master Arataki. What a wonderful person you are. So strong and handsome and committed to doing the right thing. It's rare to find these days.
Yep, that's me. All right, there's just one final question that needs answering.
What question is that?
The question is... Where's my Mora? Huh. Yo, Heizo, my hombre, question for you. What's my character's salary in the script? Oh, also, any inheritance or other lump sums I should know about? Basically, can I afford this 500,000 Mora? I mean, Shmito, I can afford it. Can Shmito?
Ahem. Faced with a damsel in distress, Doshin Arataki fights to remain level-headed and asks that other age-old question. Where's my Mora? Suddenly, he feels a strange compulsion to slide his hand into his pocket where, it turns out, a bank check has been quietly nestled all along. He draws the check out and inspects it. Today is payday, and this is his salary. The amount? 500,000 Mora.
Whoa, check it out! A check for 500,000 Mora! Where'd you come from, buddy? Miss Etsu, get this. Turns out I just got paid 500,000 Mora today. Well, here's your Mora.
Thank you so much. Master Arataki, what's wrong?
Doshin Arataki stretches out his hand. But wait! Just as he is about to hand over the check to Miss Etsu, he hesitates, tightly pinching one end of the check betwixt his two fingers. All he needs to do now is release the check, and it will fall into Miss Etsu's eager hands. But let go of the check he does not.
Master Arataki, let go!
Wait. Something's not right.
Doshin Arataki is having second thoughts. Has something caught his attention? Has it aroused his suspicion? Has he finally realized the truth?
So, this is an anti-fraud show, right?
Huh?
A spark of intuition bursts to life in Doshin Arataki's mind.
Since this is an anti-fraud event, I have a question.
Is he
Без
about
меня
to ask
говорят.
the most critical question of all?
I gotta ask.
This is it. Here it comes.
Does a Doshin really get paid this much? 500,000 mora. Enough to get an Electro Archon out from a hostage situation, then go pay for Miss Hina's publishing costs. You telling me the average Doshin can do all that on one pay packet? I don't know, seems pretty fishy to me. Hey, compadre, what do you think? Am I being scammed here?
Heizo! Ito's cheating! He asked for help!
As the spark of intuition flickers and threatens to fade, Doshin Arataki clutches around in desperation, hoping to find a source of fuel to feed the flames of enlightenment. Traveler, are you going to help this poor man out of his predicament?
Итта, слушай свой внутренний голос, вот моя помощь.
Follow my heart. All right then. There's no way a Doshin makes 500,000 mora in a single pay packet. Two innocent
Открутил.
victims, Miss
Что открутил,
Etsu and
расскажи.
Mr. Iba, come to a Doshin for help. And the Doshin, what, whips out a 500,000 mora check? Yeah, likely story.
Расскажи, как твое всякое... Тут такое происходит, прям театральное представление полноценное. Я аж засмотрелась. Я успела и поразиться до глубины души, и посмеяться про себя.
There's only one possible explanation. Who's got two horns and carries around a fake checkbook? Yep, this guy. With this fake check for 500,000 mora, I almost swindled Etsu and Iba out of 10,000 Onikabuto, the last thing these poor folks needed after the recent string of catastrophes they faced. My mind is blown. Craziest
Настоящий
plot twist I
преступник,
ever
главный
heard.
герой.
The criminal was the main character all along.
И так как я все
Miss
переусложнил.
Etsu, I'm afraid I can't let myself give you this fake check. But I will do everything in my
боже мой.
power to raise 500,000
Серьезно.
genuine mora for you. So don't you worry.
What the?
Они в ужасе. Хотел другое слово сказать.
In the end, Doshin Arataki listened to the voice of his heart and narrowly avoided being defrauded in his own unconventional way. But regrettably, he failed to ask the critical question: who in their right mind would give away Oni Kabuto for free? I ask you all, is there such a thing as free Oni Kabuto? Free Mora? Or does nothing in life come for free? Thank you all for watching Heizo Talks Fraud. Don't get greedy and you won't be needy. Stay alert and you won't get hurt. You never know where scammers may lurk. See you all next time.
Это было очень странно. Но мне понравилось в итоге.
Wait, my man, what did you mean when you said I avoided being defrauded? I thought I was the fraudmeister here.
Maybe someone should have read the script. Miss Etsu and Master Iba were the scam artists. Duh! You were the one they were trying to scam.
What? Huh? I was being conned? Darn, I can't believe they got me.
Well, you still managed to protect your money. In the end, they didn't succeed.
Yeah, but that was a happy coincidence. They scammed me, and I fell for it.
Guessing it wasn't your first time either, huh?
It was such a cheap trick, too. Oh, this is killing me.
The trick is a common one for a reason, but don't underestimate it. That's how you end up being a victim.
But how am I gonna protect my gang if even I get fooled by such cheap tricks?
Don't blame yourself, old chap. In fact, you know what? I was also conned today. Yeah, me, of all people. Does that make you feel better?
You too, hombre? No way! No, that's impossible. You're just trying to cheer me up.
Oh, no, it's the truth. Please, just take a look at the present I got for you.
Wait, why can't it move?
Он помер.
That's just it.
Фигурка.
I'm sorry to say.
У меня первая мысль была, что он фигурку или робота притащил.
What? A figure? You mean it's a fake?
Yeah, and it's all my fault. I was duped by the Onikabuto vendor's false advertising. What a colossal fool I am. Taken in by a common street vendor? Ugh.
So you really were a con.
Привет, привет.
Let me take a second to let that sink in. Gotta say, although I didn't get my Emperoroni Kabuto, somehow, knowing that even Hazel got conned kinda puts me back in a good mood. It's, strange.
Так, читай чатик. Надо же, что-то интересное завезли в Genshin. На основе 17к не хватило, чтобы Казуху достать. Но кэшбэка хватило. Нормально. Раз достал, уже отлично. Кацин заруинила 50 на 50. Другое дело, фри-то-плей там Хэйдзо и выигрыш 50 на 50 за почти 6000. У меня на фри-то-плей на моем третьем вообще была на 6-й молитве Джин, и после нее на 15-й Кадзуха выпал. Вот это я тоже считаю везение. Здесь на 70 какой-то, на 75-й и потом на 45-й. 2 раза выиграла 50 на 50. Но я считаю великолепно просто. И продолжу молиться. Вот. Мы сегодня помолились, одна молитва была. Ждем, когда бездна обновится.
Maybe I'm sharper than I'm giving myself credit for. Great minds think alike, so, me and my hombre here, kinda equally matched.
Ой, бедный-то.
Hey, by the way, compadre, looks like you're the only one out of the 3 of us who didn't get conned today. But you better watch out. We got fooled not because we were stupid, but because those scam artists are some crafty dastards. I want you to have this figurine as a reminder of the fact that today, Hazel and I both got conned, but we both grew a little wiser too. I hope that whenever you see it, you'll remember how cunning those con artists were, and how difficult it was for Hazel and I to see through their schemes. Then, you'll always keep your wits about you, and you'll never become a victim yourself.
Только выбил Кэцин, уже коплю на Джуна Ли. Ой, ну Джуна всем надо, наверное. Мне вот на 3-м аке тоже он очень надо, потому что там хутавушка. Я хочу все-таки Джун лишний щит к ней. Очень хочется. На других 2 аках есть. И да, это приоритетный герой для комфортной игры, конечно. Ну, не знаю, его, наверное, не скоро повторять еще будут. Его уже 3 раза повторяли. Точнее, повторяли 2. Получается, 2 рерана было. И первый основной проход.
Yep, that's right. No one will ever manage to con you.
Отлично. Это красивая картинка, кстати. Наверное, вот это вот на превьюху поставлю. 3 необманутых. Одного из нас обманули, но не меня. И не меня. И не меня, так ведь? Значит, это летающую карликовую фиалковую дыню обманули. Ха-ха-ха. 4 крутки? О, поздравляю. 4 крутки это уже что-то. У меня 0. Вот такие дела. Но скоро будет. Кстати. Может быть... Я же могу вот эти штучки потратить на Мору, например. Секунду. Я купила уже в этом месяце. Эх. Я просто прокачала Кадзуху, и у меня не осталось ни черташеньки на кач. Я вообще 200 тысяч всего Моры с небольшим. И 20 книжек. Которые я пока не буду, наверное, в Хэйдзо вливать. Я подожду немножко, мало ли что произойдет. Еще 86. Ну, не 86. Считай, что 76. Обычно до 80 все-таки выпадает. Ну и там кэшбэк навалится, все дела. Итак, я награду не забрала ведь. Заболталась. Еще одна концовка у нас где-то там спряталась. Вот это вот место просто кошмар на геймпаде. Оно так медленно мотается. Может, я что-то не так, конечно, делаю, но ну как прям жизнь жестокая. Так. Ну, мы почти у финалочки, в общем-то. Дождитесь следующего дня. Сейчас время промотаем, и все будет. Но я надеюсь, что не будет такое же длинное представление. Выпал Нингуан, который я очень хотела. Ой, поздравляю с Ниночкой. Я когда впервые увидела, как она работает, меня безумно это впечатлило. Я делала из нее дипса очень долго. Передаю горячий-горячий привет. Арара Тпэй. Я не знаю, как тебя правильно читать. У вас... Почему у всех такие сложные ники? Потом на нее 2 книжки выпало. Ой, отлично. Вообще девочка очень хорошая. Я на втором аккаунте ее качала, но мне так крутые арты не упали, поэтому я оставила эту затею, когда выпали другие герои с более хорошими артами. Но мне она очень нравится. Нравилась тогда, нравится сейчас, хорошая. Ну и Арисома? Окей.
Oh, I can't wait, Mr. Hazel.
Все с нетерпением ждут Хэйдзо.
Let's get going, Hazel.
Emperor Oni Kabuto.
Ладно, я мотаю, потому что мы это
It takes
видели.
years to make a fortune, but only a... Okay. I'm delighted to have you to help everyone avoid. Please join me, Miss Etsu, Mr. Iba.
Ну, похоже, мы прям все представление будем смотреть, обалдеть. То есть мы в самом конце скажем не внутренний голос слушать, а скажем, что они мошенники.
Ma'am!
I don't know. It was too late when I found out. They took.
Doshin Artak.
I am the...
It's the almighty Shogun.
Well, I sure.
Well, then we...
Before I could go out.
Doshin Artak.
I am Miss He...
It's Miss Hina.
You're right, Gramps. Is 300,000 Mora...
It's a scam, Doshin Arataki. Snap out of.
Oh, right, yeah.
Well, anyway.
Doshin Arataki grabs the note.
I am
Must be a scam.
Wait a minute.
You are?
Doshin Arataki follows me.
What kind of whack job script is...
So, the big...
Nope, no way, not a chance. Arataki Ito
Так
would
нудно все это
never
читать.
ask in his...
Да. Ой. В общем-то, нет, это вообще не нудно. Но тем более тут озвучка есть. Мне было первый раз очень интересно, просто сейчас мы уже проматываем. По второму разу то же самое. Мне кажется, вот единственное, им нужно было развилку сделать вот прям перед местом, где выбираешь, а не снова по второму кругу все это прослушивать. Тут бредятинки столько. Это представление, это просто нечто. Первый раз интересно. Но кому-то 100% покажется, что это нудный звездец. Я в этом уверена.
We were planning to expand Grandpa's facilities, but then we were swindled out of...
Man, what's that say?
Etsu, my dear.
But then we... Please help us stoke Grandpa's business.
I won't hear of it.
I was going to...
Oh, so that's what you were, yeah. No, it's not as enticing. Because if it's more than
10,000...
What? 10?
Please help us.
10,000?
Doshin Arataki.
Miss Etsu, don't you worry. I'm good. But 10,000 as a Doshin of the 10...
That's great news, Master Arataki.
Меня забавляет, что и-то сюда вставили.
The quest... Huh. Yo, ahem.
Suddenly...
Whoa, check it out! A check... Miss Etsu, get...
Thank you so much.
Doshin Arataki. All he needs to do now...
Master Arataki.
Wait.
Вот сейчас будет наш выбор, наконец-то.
So, this is an anti-fraud show, right?
На самом деле, нужно добывать книжки опыта. Да, вот это гораздо нуднее. Я помню, как я возненавидела ходить на борьбу в какой-то момент. Просто ужас. Особенно на 3 аккаунтах сразу. Ужасно выбешивает. Устаешь от этого, бывает.
And since this is an anti-fraud event,
is he about to ask the most critical question of all?
I gotta...
This is it.
Does a Doshin really get paid this 500,000 Mora? I don't know, seems...
Hazel!
Traveler, are you going to help?
Итак, наш выход. Вот она развилка. Итта, берегись. Эцу и Ибу.
Aha! Etsu and Iba! So that's what's going on here. You two are the scam artists. You put on this damsel in distress and elderly grandpa act to win my sympathy, then used a few cheap tricks to get my attention. Then you dangled the bait in front of me, waiting for me to bite. Darn it! I knew it! Who in their right mind would give away Oni Kabuto for free, let alone 10,000 of them? It's too good to be true, and that's how I know you're the scam artists. You got a lot of nerve trying to scam a Doshin. You're coming with me, and you'll give a full confession if you know what's good for you.
Finally, with the help of his intuition and a little guidance from beyond the void, Doshin Arataki successfully avoided being defrauded. Not only that, but he asked a critical question. Who in their right mind would give away Oni Kabuto for free?
Помню, как одна девушка задонатила 10к рублей для того, чтобы выбить C6 Нингуан? Что? Ну, я надеюсь, она хоть выбила. У меня просто есть C6 Нингуан, и я для этого 10 тысяч не донатила. Я хз. Просто может ведь не повезти. Бывает такое, что именно нужный герой упорно не падает. Такое может быть вполне.
I ask you all, is there such a thing as free Oni Kabuto? Free Mora? Or does nothing in life come for free?
Когда услышал, я там чуть не офигел. Ну да, есть от чего. Я сейчас думаю, может быть, немножко подонить на Кадзуху, но понимаю, что сначала покрутим баннер, там ближе к финалу баннера посмотрим, что произойдет. Как бы звездочки у него очень вкусные, но реальные деньги вкидывать, ну нафиг. То есть я доначу в Луну, этого вполне хватает.
Thank you once again for watching. Hey, stay alert, everybody, and see you again next time.
Ну, понятно, Мартин, что кто-то кучу тысяч долларов вкидывает, но это редко в России бывает. Ну, хотя и в России, я не знаю, посмотришь вот эти вот крутки с тем же Аксом, там вообще звездец бывает. Там такие суммы запредельные. По-моему, самое большое, что видела, там на 1000 с чем-то круток именно. Представляете, 1000 с чем-то круток. Ужас, ужас. Да, в том-то и дело. Ну как можно? Ой, не знаю. Я понимаю, ну чуть-чуть там помочь себе, если уж совсем сильно хочется героя. Ну 10 тысяч даже, это много. С другой стороны, если есть возможности, то почему нет? Я как бы, если что, я ничего против не имею донатов в игру. Были бы деньги, что называется. Ну, я Луну покупаю на этом маке. Ужас, это когда твоя крадут, а ты его выращивал почти 2 года. Да, это очень страшно. И я периодически про это думаю. Мне так стрёмно становится.
Right, yeah. I should thank him for the timely hint. But I pretty much knew off the bat that something fishy was about to go down, so, you know, it was just a matter of time before I saw right through their scam. Seriously, oldest trick in the book. Who's gonna fall for that?
Мне тоже кажется, что я сдохну. Вот вроде бы и, знаете, такая мысль. Ну вот перестанет игра существовать, просто забьешь болт, пойдешь своими другими делами заниматься. Но если украдут, это будет очень печально. Ну, то есть, скорее всего, вернуть можно, а вдруг все ресурсы расхерачат куда-нибудь там, разбазарят. А вот это страшно. Так старательно добывать все это, так тяжело, так муторно, так долго, главное. Если не задонатил, то чеков нету, и все. Так нет, наверное, как-то можно по-другому вернуть. Там привязки всякие и все такое.
Old tricks they may well be, but the reason they've stood the test of time is that the ideal victim is always out there somewhere. People who are behind on the times, naive, socially isolated, or have cognitive deficiencies. Just because they don't always get noticed doesn't mean they're not there.
Там какая-то двойная защита, по-моему. Просто так ты не отвяжешь.
Scammers cast a wide net. Sure, maybe 10,000 fish will escape, but they only need one catch for them to win and for us to lose.
Well, no more losing from now on. Not with me here to protect everyone. I think we can all agree that my performance today shows I'm savvy enough to keep the scammers at bay.
У тебя Сяо с коршуном? Поздравляю. Жирненько, хорошо. У меня Сява нет, и как раз... Сявы нету, как раз я уже заговариваюсь. Не знаю почему. Я не могу сказать, что мне не нравится. Вполне себе. Мне очень даже нравится за него геймплей. Ну, как-то так вот не выбила и не стала на реране выбивать. Там какой-то более приоритетный баннер был. Не помню уже, что конкретно. Джунс... Да, я из-за Джуна, по-моему, его оба раза скипала. Такие дела. Коршун есть. Коршуном у меня пользуется Райден.
Don't be too confident. Anyway, Ito, my old... What was it again? Ah, yes, bro. Here's the reward you were promised.
Ah, music to my ears. Emperor Oni Kabuto, come to Papa. Oh, hey!
It's a figurine.
What? A fig?
Man alive, you know, surely... Really?
Слушайте, вообще пока что точно такая же концовка, как была. А, ну нет, смотрите, тут он разозлился. Ну нормально, все. Упавший с неба, а не как будто. А падает с неба? Или в жизни ничего не достается просто так? Он его обманул, еще язык показывает. Это тоже прикольная картинка очень. Помню свою первую лейку. Небесное величие. А у меня Кэцин. Кэцин. Именно на этом аккаунте. Спустя черт знает сколько времени от начала игры. В ноябре упала, в общем. Сейчас посмотрим, когда. Где там наша электродевочка? 3 ноября 2020 года упала. Вот. И сразу на 7-й молитве после нее Кли. 8-11. У меня очень долго не было ни одной легендарной эпохи. Сейчас посмотрю на свои эпохи и скажу, что там упало. На самом-то деле, получается, моя первая легендарная эпоха, кажется, туманом и была. То есть это я Якова убивала с туманом. Возможно, перед этим погибель была. Я не помню, когда была погибель. Реально уже не помню. Это надо смотреть крутки. Кстати, не имею перед глазами. Итак, погибель была 24.07.21 года. А туман 21.07.21 года. У них разница в 3 дня. Вот это мои первые эпохи спустя практически год игры. 2 меча получила легендарных. До этого без лек вообще пекала. Теперь у тебя все персы есть, если суммировать аки. Нет, у меня нигде нет Сявы, как раз. Какоми нет. Сейчас посмотрим. Кого у меня нет нигде? То есть у меня 3 аккаунта, если что, если кто-то не в курсе. У меня точно нет Сяо. Точно нет. Да, и Какоми. Все остальные есть вроде. Если я ничего не путаю. Да? Елань на 2-м. Хутава на 2-м и на 3-м. Тарталья на 2-м. Альбеда на 2-м и на 3-м. Цица на 2-м. Джин на 2-м и на 3-м. Так что Сяо остаются и Какоми. Когда будут рераны, будем выбивать. Фуки точно нет. Нигде не выбивала. Хочу Мону. Да, я тоже... Когда я узнала, как она работает, я ее очень сильно захотела. И она у меня уже... Последнее, что мне падает, это Мона начала падать. Вначале мне падал Делюк исключительно. Собрала C3 Делюка и перестал. Потом начала падать Мона вот сейчас в конце. И она уже тоже собралась C2. 3 Мона подряд упала, по сути. 1 со стандартного и 2 с этого... Нет, 2 со стандартного, наоборот, и 1 с этого баннера, с вентового. Вот. Собираем потихоньку. Да, она красивая. Ну, лучшая жопка Тайвата, по признанию. Прикольная Мона, мне тоже нравится. Вначале я не очень ее понимала, а теперь нравится. Нравится. Причем надо, наверное, ее старый скин вернуть. Наверное, этот нравится больше, чем шортики. Падает второй раз вместо нужной леги. Но если моно насобирать, будет тоже жирно вкусно. Я вот не против того, чтобы мне моно падало. Мне на этом аккаунте еще и стандартных цицы нужна, и джин, потому что... Ну, их просто нет здесь. Но сейчас не надо, вот только не сейчас. Сейчас лучше Кадзуху. Кадзуху прям по полной. Сейчас заберем еще камешки. А то я не забрала ведь. Самое главное. Вот. Ну и что у нас получается? 116 всего. В общем, ждем. Ну, завтра будет молитва. Я, наверное, крутить не буду завтра. Завтра стартует ивент. Если ивент стартует, то я, наверное, залечу, если никуда не уеду. А послезавтра, получается, бездна обновляется. Послезавтра будем бездну проверять. А что с стартом? Кстати, если буду крутить деда, читаю чатик, то он мне 100% выпадет. 50 на 50 нету. Угу. Его катсцен забрала. Ой, ты прям будешь ждать Джуна? Он же, наверное, пипец не скоро. Итог, с баннера Кадзухи падает кли. Что? С баннера Кадзухи кли не падает. Там лорные моменты появились в монологах. Про предвестников? А, нет, не проверяла. Его на этом аке нету, к сожалению. Поэтому не проверим. Собирать буду 90 круток. Угу, понятно. Ну, я не знаю, он, наверное, очень скоро будет. Мне кажется, еще можно молиться на что угодно. Но я не знаю, если ты, конечно, луну покупаешь. Если нет, то не стоит молиться, да. Я вот до упора, получается, молюсь на Кадзуху, потому что следующий баннер Юэми. Юэми у меня есть на 2 аккаунтах, и как бы... Следующий баннер для меня накопительный. Я буду готовиться к Дендра героям новым. Вот. Люблю деда, он вкусный. Да, мой самый первый любимый герой. Я тоже люблю. Я даже Хому ему здесь выкрутила. Пока выкручивала Хому, 2 элегии выкрутила. Это моя ненависть к оружейному баннеру. Но элегия тоже крутая эпоха, конечно, поэтому я в целом не жалею. Выкрутила и выкрутила.